but in the future we'd like to have it be here. Okay.
The item, we're seeing good amount of the Guardian Greaves as well coming from the.
You can hear it in my
supports as
Discord?
Well. We are seeing this
Yep.
kind of heal being stacked, good amounts of chance, still very popular hero.
Sandwich?
I think I'm good for now.
Okay.
That's what the bread is for, right? Oh man.
Did we eat the house from yesterday? Did you guys finish the house and ate it? Or
It's a nice sweater. I think that's from like TI last year or something. Tidehunter sweater.
Get a closer look at it, but it's mostly intact.
Yep.
Nice.
Much as how much of this
Oh,
is,
wow,
this is a
look at
flattering
that.
Who
angle.
exactly is on
Don't
Team
look at the
Yandex? I
other
know
side
it's
of it.
like
Dude, there's a door on the
This
roof.
is our
Fox
best
and
angle.
stuff.
They're strong.
That's our best angle.
They are
Ooh,
strong.
first
Watson,
three-quarters.
Soxa's position 4,
Yeah.
Mola D5,
$1
Noticed and Chira
million,
Jr.
please.
Hmm.
And no one buys
Yeah,
it
that's a
for
strong
year.
team.
What is a Zillow?
Zillow's
Yeah,
the
they are strong.
American, like,
Noticed
real
was
estate
on
website.
VP last year?
What do you have?
We
Yep.
use Hemnet.
With
he-
solo.
Hemnet.
Yeah, he was
Okay.
a.
Like
I liked
Oh,
him in person. I met him at
Bully.
Riyadh.
Bully.
Bully.
Yep.
I'm not gonna.
I think he played with solo and also with FNG, and I think those two guys are like experienced and good leaders that can make any player to be tier 1. And I think he worked with both of them. So I think he has a brighter future than now, even than now.
Okay.
Hmm.
But I'm sure it's interesting.
I'm sure it's interesting. I'm sure we'll get a chance to look at it in closer detail.
I don't know if you have this problem sometimes, but you're doing research and you're like, I need to gather this data, but you're not nerdy enough to.
And
know
also I
what
can
this
see that
is.
everyone is
Exactly
banning
what
the
you do.
Shady
So you
Demon
make a
of
notepad,
Soxa.
you're manually writing down
Oh,
every
yeah,
single
love
hero.
that.
And you start copying and pasting to group them, and it's like, oh, this is how I would code this.
Yeah,
But I
Shadow
don't know
Demon
how
got
to
nerfed
do it.
pretty
If
decently,
I was
didn't he?
good at coding, but
With like the illusion nerfs and
sadly, I'm only good at eating cookies.
direct nerfs.
So,
Yeah,
have to do that.
but I think Shady Demon is still Shady Demon.
Lacoste, take him away.
I have something
As
else to
long
ask
as he
you.
can make his
Let's put
stacks
this
and
puzzle
saves
together. I need you guys to
and
help me with
WQB
this.
control.
Aiden has a theory. Aiden,
Oh.
so we've been told
Hmm.
that.
Did you know that the innate of Shady
included in
Demon
this photo that we're trying to
works
assemble?
on his illusions? Also on
yes,
Roche.
I mean, I thought you guys already have some.
I did not know it
The
worked
code
on
that we were
Roche,
given
but I know it
is,
worked on his, like, if he
a
disrupts
memory
himself, I knew
found
that.
its way back.
Yeah, this is something that Boxy tries to do when he's hitting the Roche.
Me and Kenzie
Oh.
came 3rd place at DreamHack.
Wait, what is his innate
Number,
exactly? Is it
uh,
damage from him or damage
In
from all
June
sources?
17th, 2012, we have that date.
Exactly. But you know,
From
there's another
him,
person
I
featured
think.
in this
Let,
picture that
no,
you guys will all know.
I think
So
from
the-
everything. Let me check.
I'll tell you the ones that.
Amplify damage, live up to the enemy for 8 seconds.
Himself. It's a
It
guy
doesn't
called
say that
Smackdonald.
break
Smackdown.
disables.
Oh,
Yeah, I think it's for everyone.
On this one.
Someone like.
2.5 percentage amplified damage.
Oh,
Any
shit.
kind of damage.
Fifth player is Mb.
I didn't realize. I thought it was literally just from
Sai,
Shadow
but he
Demon. It's
dropped
from
the
all
Mb
sources.
when he moved over to Dota.
Yeah.
So he just became Sai.
Was it too
And
close to
it's
kids?
stacking
I don't
debuff.
know. Actually, I think
This
asked him
hero
what his
is,
name was
I
at
don't
some
know,
point, and he just
the
said,
numbers of this hero
Like he didn't notice.
are
Yeah,
not.
I guess
think
the
he
real.
innate's the
smashed
part of the
some letters or
problem.
something.
Oh,
Probably
even
what gives
know
him a
what
good
the
laning
size?
stage.
I don't know.
Yep.
I know he used to be on like.
Like this Shadow Demon is the only hero that I can 1v1 Jack hero in the lane.
Deep internet thing, like,
Really?
that he doesn't reveal.
It's not very edgy for
Do you
that.
disrupt
I know,
Jakiro
I'm
or do you
surprised.
disrupt yourself?
But Young's
I
eye
disrupt
was
myself,
beast.
then like
Say on the box.
according to the
Writing on the box.
timer, when it comes to the blocking the small camp, I disrupt myself. So if he comes in, I can block and hit him at the same time with 3 Shadow Demon. And he cannot stand against. I also block the camp.
3 to 10 years. You gotta let it age, like a cheese. That
Have you
makes
put-
the real
have you
high
put a
The
quality.
hero
second
does a
piece in
lot.
yet?
No, not yet.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Start cracking on
Let's
it.
cook.
It's a
Yeah.
1,000 pieces.
Also, wait, hold on.
1,000 pieces.
Wait, hold on.
Yeah.
The lore goes deep.
The lore goes deep. This man
Look at this.
has
He's
had a
been
long
smashing
connection
pubs with
to
SK. He's only got
one
slight works.
specific
Why is he not
sponsor.
relevant?
What am I looking at, Aiden?
It's the alien.
I feel like there's better heroes. Why do you think there's not a lot of SK?
Have you tried their new Pro
They're
Line
fun.
keyboard and mouse?
You've not signed a Team Liquid anymore, Aiden. You don't need a
I'm
chef
in
to
SK mid lane.
I do it out of my love for
Hmm.
Alien Work.
I do it
Cause
out
I
of
think
free
the
use.
guy
Thanks
has
for telling
lane
me, Shield
problem.
sponsor. I'm
Most
jealous.
of the
Thank you,
carry
Shield.
heroes
Tales from
can
the Lore Keeper
deal
are
hardly with the
coming up.
hero.
Hoodwink
So,
War is
I think in
imminent.
off
I believe
lane
we will be
he
airing
has
it tomorrow.
problems, but on
Trailers
mid
will
lane it
start
can be
airing.
playable.
Flax is
But also his
immensely
damage
excited
in
to
the
show
team
you
fights
what he's been
are
cooking up, and
hard to land. Everyone can use Glimmer's pipes or force themselves out, or you need to wait for their BQBs. It's hard to execute.
Could be a
That's the
matter of
reason.
people countering items better at the highest level with like pipes and shit. I mean, I'm sure pipes,
Yep.
glimmers, and forces are much less properly used in pubs than they are in competitive.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. That's true.
We'll see if they can continue this.
Yeah, I mean, I
Like,
haven't
like Team Spirit,
I haven't been
this
owned
team
by an SK in a
is,
long time.
Like overperforming with the results.
Yep.
They finished what, second or third at
They
Major
won-
Playground?
I had no
won
idea
for
that Shadow
Tusk.
Demon's innate was all sources. I thought it was just Shadow Demon.
Two.
That's pretty crazy.
No, they got third at Playground.
Yep.
Really?
Yeah, they got third at Playground 2 and they got second at previous Blast.
Like once I was watching that Boxy with Shadow Demon and with a Juggernaut, they went into the rush, and I was like, okay, it's a 30 seconds rush. But
you're right. Yeah,
They
got
killed
third.
rush
My
in
bad.
only 15
Tusk
seconds.
is,
12
Wow.
to 15 seconds.
and
And I was
Third,
shocked,
like,
yeah.
second?
third, and
Yeah,
then
maybe if they make his
Then I checked
innate not
that.
work on
They didn't
old
wanna
Roche
see
or
it.
something,
No,
that'd
that's
be a
what's
good
happening now.
nerf.
Yeah.
Dreamleague season 20.
I mean, also his second spell is working on Roche on the percentage HP. The hero does a lot. Team Spirit also banned the Shadow Demon of Saxa.
Pretty heavily. Like he is without Saxa, I feel like this team wouldn't be like as not even like close. They would not be getting these places. He's been carrying the team pretty heavily, and especially like his Shadow Shaman performance when they were playing against.
It's funny that Wind
Thunder,
Ranger's like
maybe
broken
playing
again.
against some of the old
That
teammates,
shackle
maybe there's an
talent
extra
or
bit of
facet's
oomph
like
that
pretty
you
stupid.
need,
Yeah.
So could have been overperforming.
Really?
as
I
well.
didn't see.
Saxa always gives
Yeah, she's
100%,
first round banned
like
every
the
game.
Shadow Shaman, when
Like
he played,
first overall
sold
banned
his
every game.
items, bought Refresher, they ended the
I think I
game,
saw her slip
super
through like
strong laner.
once.
I think this is gonna be very
Oh yeah, you
interesting,
just like take shackle
dynamic
level 1
between
and
two position fours, 'cause,
shackle the guy
both
and
the
get
heroes that they do
40
play
damage or
are
something.
kinda overlapping.
Such as Bounty
Ooh.
Hunter
Yeah.
gets banned out, along with the Jakiro,
That would be
Primal
exciting.
Beast, and Slardar,
Yeah, the build
and
is
Spirit,
usually
Wind Ranger, the Nature's
treads
Prophet,
Mjolnir.
and the Shadow Demon.
In lane they go 4-0-4
I
and they take stats over power
I mean,
shot.
we've talked about Saxa a lot, but I just want to reiterate like how important I think
Mhm.
he is for this team. It's not to say that the other players aren't good, but I feel like.
Also, Brian,
in
did you
current
check
state
the
of Dota, having someone as
the
experienced as Saxa
draft
in your
changes?
position four,
I read that
it
they're
just
there,
allows, like,
but
their whole,
I haven't paid too close
team to
attention
come
to their
together,
impact. I
and
noticed
he,
that it
in many
looked
ways, is the glue that's making this team work.
better.
And,
Like it looked like good
that's why,
changes
like,
from what I
he
remember
also
reading.
deserves a lot of the praise when they do well and when
Yeah,
things
like
are
I can explain it a little.
I agree. I think
Sure.
On previous
I
patch,
think this is
when you
about
were
David
first
versus
pick,
Goliath.
you could
But
ban
it
the
also
hero
was also that team
that,
TI said, you know, like, I feel like every
you didn't
single
like,
series you were
and
like, "Alright, well, this is
immediately
it."
pick one hero. Like you
Now
could
they're
ban
facing
Orsa, go
IG, now
Timber,
they're facing
ban
Secret, now
Gyro,
they're
go
facing
Timber.
LGD. There's no way
That's off the
they keep
table.
doing
And
it,
for the third phase
you know,
was
the
the
dawn
same.
of
You
a-
could
the
ban
dawn
and
of a
pick
great team,
as
in
the
Yandex,
first
but
pick.
until they prove it,
Mm.
But now
of course
that's not the
Spirit are,
case.
like, the big dogs.
So
feel-
I think it's a little bit more
Already twice,
balanced,
a newly formed
especially for
team.
first pick,
Pretty
because
surprised. Let's see if they can continue
it
doing
was
so,
like
but, against
so
Spirit,
annoying
not gonna be as easy.
that there
Team
is
Spirit,
some
they
heroes that
are
has
doing
only
good.
like
This
one
team
counter,
is,
like Timber
really, really
previous
good, and
patch.
so far,
If
they've
you
been
wanted to
on a
play
win
against
streak
that
as
hero,
well. They
of
did
course
win
Gyro could
8
work,
8
but
games,
Orsa
so
could
they definitely
do
figured
more,
out
more
how
than
to do Nisha
Gyro.
as well. This
So
is a
the
team
guy
that has
could
a
ban
good mix of
Orsa
skills.
and go for
They
a
are
Timbersa.
implementing some of the old
Mm.
So
stuff
you have to ban
new as
Timbersa.
well, and
Interesting. I feel like
But now
Ursa
playing
got
Centaur,
better
I think
after
Labs,
all of that.
had like 2 interviews in the
But
last
I
week
feel
and a
like what
half
you're
with
saying is
Dreamleague
that
at
you
Valakia
could
as well, where he
now
talked
if you
about,
ban a hero,
him
it
not being
telegraphs it.
able to do anything in one of these
Yep.
situations when he's
That's
playing
basically what you're
Tidehunter,
saying,
playing
right?
with Naga Siren.
Yeah,
So
yeah, yeah.
making sure that he's having a good
I
lane,
remember
making
when
sure
I
that
was
he
in
can,
competitive
do stuff, having
in a
bit of
different
polarizing.
generation,
He also talked about
that was always the
one of those
case.
interviews about
So yeah, it's
some of
weird
these,
that that
like,
was in the
Dawnbreakers that
competitive
were
for so long.
played from the off lane where you
Mhm,
are just farming.
true.
Like you're basically being a carry from the off lane, clicking your ulti,
Sorry for
helping your
interrupting you
team
there.
out globally, and then back to farming.
All good.
Really big announcement, guys. We just finished.
Ladies and gentlemen, could we get a top-down cast?
I'm wondering
Because
about the
we have completed
bounty
the
ban
frame
from
of
Yandex.
our-
That was you, Lacoste,
Let
right?
me check. Team
Yeah.
Street
Yeah.
played like
This is
4 bounty
wonderful,
games,
connected,
3 bounty
finally.
games.
Boogies.
Bless
Maybe
me.
that's the reason.
Maybe they think it's the best creep dragger
Ursa?
Jakiro is banned.
Yeah,
to
I
set
feel
up
like
for
that's
Centaur.
true.
based on a few games
Yeah,
we watched,
that's
both
true.
me and Lacoste
No,
watched Centaur
that bounty
score.
hunter was banned
Ursa's
for
like- we
first
said
phase.
Ursa's very good against
They
kills.
picked Centaur after
Oh,
the
But
bounty.
oh.
Jakiro seems
Yeah.
to be like
I
one
got
of those
confused
lanes that
there.
you just pick and the game is just
I like that they
super
banned
awesome.
2 healing
It gives you, like, a
supports
natural easy pick
on the
here
side
with
of Team
13th
Spirit, because
position,
yeah, I
or
mean,
Yandex
I
is
played
super
one game of
awesome,
Ursa this
or you can pick
patch,
core.
and it
And
felt
usually when
significantly
you are in that
worse.
position where you can do
I'm
that,
actually surprised
it's
Ursa's
really,
this
really
high
powerful.
priority. I
It
think
means,
the
like, you found
Q
a
is
combo
really
that just
nice,
works
but
against anything.
the laning
So I feel like
stage,
the
you
hero
like
for me
have
is,
to
like,
have a laning,
right now a
healing
very big
support. You
innate
like have to
part
have one.
in picking like
Mhm.
any sort of carry that you want in that position. And it seems that if people can get Kez,
So
they will.
even with the Tango
So I'm
charges
very
on the
happy to see it
shop,
panned out. And I hope
still
we
it's
continue
hard
to
to
see it
play
panned
on
out through the
safe
rest of
lane
the
as a
game.
carry.
Is there a hero that can?
I mean, you have to spend more money on
As a
tangos,
hero?
so if you pick carries that don't need to buy tangos,
Slightly worse.
it's
I
just
feel
like way
Warlock
better.
is the next best thing, but I feel like these two
Hmm.
heroes are not the same.
Like,
I'm
there
not
were a lot of
approaching them
carries that I feel
differently.
like
Jakiro is a lot
they
more.
they had a laning stage because they could
You're-
afford to rush treads
you're
because
thinned out a lot more in
they
what
would
you can
have the
do as a
flag bearer.
response to it,
They would have like
whereas
3 or
Yeah.
Warlock
4
is a bit
tangos given
more
to them
like,
by
he's annoying, yes. He's a strong
their
laner,
supports,
yes, but
and that was
he's not
like a
Warlock. He
big
doesn't
part of their
really have,
lane.
like, spells that
Um,
actively mess with you.
and
Whereas,
so
like,
now those heroes
Jakiro
just
burns you
have
with that
90 less
block, will, like,
gold,
bomb
180
you,
less
and then
gold.
maybe if some things go right or wrong,
You know, it's
Yeah.
a lot.
die, but
That's
it's a
true.
lot slower, it's a lot weaker.
A lot of
I
time
feel
on
like,
Ursa, there's nothing you can do
than
about
some
it.
of
Like,
these
you're
two
just gonna
heroes that are,
get
like, so high value in the
harassed.
current meta.
Like,
Next two choices for Spirit. They're gonna get themselves a Viper. And a
So
Rhino
with the
instead of
things
Blade
that you
Flame.
just said,
Just in
I think
general,
the
how
heroes
this
that
hero
can
belongs in
buy
this meta.
mask,
We've seen like different
they
builds.
can
We
be
saw
also
a
strong on
bit
the
of a
safe lane.
hybrid
And
Tusk
I
against the
think
mid lane.
Morphling
The
also
other
can
game
buy
we were
Evil with
playing
the
good
ultimate
with
ore.
playing against the
And I
Cohesion,
also think
where he went for
Yatoro plays a
Crimson
good
Guard for
Morphling.
mid lane,
Do you
and
think that
then
we'll see a Yatoro
DT
Morphling in here?
offlane, who went for a bit of
it's
a different
possible.
build,
I don't
using
love
Armor
more
Blink
versus
Dagger.
Ursa,
He started
like carry to
scale
carry.
as
It's
well.
not bad.
'Cause
I just
you're
don't love
as
it.
a Viper, you have an insane amount
But it's
of
nice against
magic
Tusk.
resistance. Then if you
I think it really
Crimson,
boils
you have
down
physical
to
damage
what
resistance as well.
Yandex
So
picks in
you
the
can't die, and you're slowing
3
your attack
position
speed. It's
/4.
very difficult
I
for
mean, I
them to
think
play.
it's a
There's gonna
4
be, like,
Tusk, but
attack speed slow
I'm not
coming
sure.
from the both
I'm
sides,
curious
from
if this
attacking,
Viper ends up
one
going
for
like
the
off lane
Viper
and
1, but the
Centaur
Viper in
mid or
general,
something.
I feel like this hero is
Or
just
Centaur, maybe Centaur
it's very
4
solid
and Viper off
and
lane or
safe
something
to
weird
pick in
like
this
that.
phase, just being able to break the Ursa
No, they
during
might do
versus team
that.
fights is really, really
They did that
effective.
before.
You definitely have some
They
nice
did
picks
Centaur
as well.
support?
Hurricane Pike ends up being
Yeah,
a
not
nice
in
one
this
too if you
batch,
need it.
but I
Mm.
totally
Keep
remember
the
that
Ursa
Drew
away
was
from
playing
him.
Centaur 4.
But he's gonna be a very good hero when he gets ganked by Tusk
Ooh,
as well. He can
look
just
your
drop another dart
Timbersaw.
that says, okay, try to fight me, I'll try to kill you first. And some of the times it works out.
so many counters.
I think it'd be
for this
cool if they
Centaur.
just
I
go
feel like every
gyrocopter
single
on
hero
spirits
counters the Centaur in
or
a way, with the
I don't
shield,
hate
with the
Morphling either.
snowball. Tag team's very good against tanky heroes. You have Timbersaw. So I want to see what the itemization from Centaur
I would
is
want
gonna
a
be.
carry
In
that doesn't
situations, I've
need help
seen
pushing the
Centaur's
lane later.
especially DM when he plays against Timber, he
Like
does
I want
tend
to
go
be able to
for
play around
BKB, just to be able to
my
have
other
that
2
protection
lanes in this
against pure
game. I
damage.
feel like
Then
just
again, you're playing against
ignore
Ursa
the
in
Timber
lane.
Saw and
Tornado's very
go
effective
elsewhere.
against Stampede as
Yeah,
well, so
casual
a
Jaro,
lot of
casual
physical
Morph.
matchups for Centaur.
Yeah, Morph would work.
I feel like
Double.
Crimson Guard.
Yeah.
Just
Probably-
Crimson,
I mean,
that's it.
that
Probably
Centaur
will.
has no game.
Tusk
3
versus
lanes
Ursa
he
is
cannot
good against-
play.
it's not great against
He cannot
Invo
play against Timber, he cannot play
and
against
Timber.
Walker
So
on
if
mid
you have
lane,
the
he will
pre-push,
have
you
no
buy
mana.
Crimson against Invo, it's
He
game
cannot
over.
play against
But now
Ursa.
you don't have that struggle.
So I think we'll see a
He did
Centaur
also, I mean,
4.
Claps also mentioned himself
Yeah, I
in
think
the
so as
interviews that
well.
he thinks like a lot of the heroes that are
Yeah.
good against Centaur are not so good against Crimson Guard.
Poor guy has no game.
And while I think Ursa is like kind of okay against
This
Crimson
might be the
Guard,
worst Centaur
definitely he
game
wants to kill on his initial
like,
round of
possible.
hits,
Let me see.
which
Go to
Crimson will
both
prevent. So
Centaur.
Yeah,
Curious, like,
yeah,
where
but
these
Crimson
heroes
might
are
need
on his
that
like
extra
matchup
overpower
ranks.
to be able to kill that
yeah,
tanky target.
yeah.
Yep.
So he'll get through it eventually, but it will slow him
Actually,
down.
none of these are in his 10
What I
worst.
find interesting
I know
about
these
the
are all
Spirits
not
one
good
here is
matchups for
I feel
him.
like Yatoro
Timber Saw's
probably won't
2%.
play Viper, even though we did see Ame play it. So it's like he's allowed to. It doesn't
Ursa's
really feel that way, but they're,
1.3,
like, very much, like,
Evoker's
saying, like, hey,
1%,
here's our Viper, deal
and
with it.
Tusk
Here's
is
our Centaur,
1%.
deal
So
with it.
yeah, these are all
And Yandex are being allowed to pick like whatever
medium to
heroes they
hard
want
counters
into
to
these
Timber
heroes,
Saw. That's
which
funny. So they are
traditionally, I
committing
feel like
to
Spirits
core
are a little bit of the
Centaur.
opposite type of team in drafts.
Yeah.
They
That's
like
pretty
to
wild,
give
actually.
You what you want, and then they have an answer
Yeah.
for it.
Yeah.
And I feel like usually when Spirit does the best is when they're allowed to do
I
it
mean,
first.
even if
I
they
don't
put that
think
Centaur
they're
as their
quite as
support, he
strong
would be
when they have
useless.
to,
Hmm.
when they do it this way.
So
when
maybe
like,
if
they
they
figure something
give
out,
them
they feel
a
like
little
Spirit
bit
is
of
faster,
farm,
and
at least they
when
can do some stuff.
when we're gonna let
Because I see
Tusk
that
get
Pagna
first
works
start,
very well
Centaur's
in
the
this
hero
game.
that we want him to have that.
Pagna does a lot in
It's
this
strange, though,
game.
because I thought
Good
that if
against
they
tag
do
team,
want
good
to
against
go for this
Orsa.
type of
The
dynamic, they
Ward
would do it
does a
when you're
lot against
24th
Timber and
pick.
Walker.
So I'm showing you everything.
It
Choose
does,
four
yeah.
of my heroes, but at least my last
Yeah,
battle
Yandex is really
can be
interesting because
my
they have
special
they have
choice.
overall last pick and
I mean, so when you
they
show
haven't picked a
cores early
support
like
yet.
this,
Yep.
Yandex also responds with cores, right? So you get to
That's
see Yator's matchup. Yator knows his carry matchup, he knows his laning matchup,
It could actually be carry Viper.
come to,
People
like,
mention
his pick
this.
is
I
essentially,
know
like,
Ame did
21
it.
pick. It is like that full
Ame did it?
information pick that he.
Yeah, Ame did it in one of
he's
his
gonna have
games.
here.
It went like
Also
70
covered
minutes. I
by
don't remember if they
saves.
won or
They've
not.
got, Ringmaster to cover. They've got Pugna to keep his frontliners tankier.
Workhorse.
Yeah, the only thing that might be rough is they don't have.
Against Team Spirit they did.
Viper jumping in.
Oh, it was
or
against
Centaur
Team
getting
Spirit.
Blood Dagger, so
We can't
Yep.
see
I feel like
draft.
For Spirit though, Laurel is like always.
Oh, Erfan's camera's over it. I'll move it.
And sorry, we're getting distracted by Slacks.
That's me being a
And,
noob streamer thinking there's
He
nothing
will
of
find
relevancy
ways to
down
use
there.
his Viper. I even asked Collapse
But
on
there
the interview
is.
the
There's
other day,
heroes
like,
in the draft.
There was a sick move that they
My
made
bad,
on
guys.
Collapse
Thank you.
on the off lane, and Laurel comes in, and Yatora comes in, and they clean it up and get a kill on Satanic. And he said that either
He bought
Panto
Shiva,
or
Bloodstone, Gleipnir, so not
Laurel
really
set
carry
that up.
items.
Panto seems like
I mean, those are
one, 'cause
kind
he
of
wasn't
carry
even
items
there.
for
So I'm
Viper.
guessing it's Laurel.
I don't
think he
think
probably,
Viper's really a
pops
right
out in the
clicker.
early game and kind of sets the pace for them.
He doesn't
And
really
we were
have
talking
anything
about
that makes him a
Laurel
right clicker,
Prime.
like
He's
high
playing
stat
very
gain,
well
low base
throughout
attack
this event,
time.
so
His orb is like
when
dispellable.
you find ways to make these like slow immobile heroes
True.
also find tempo, that's usually it means like you have a
I'm not
really good
like
read on the game. You
speaking
know what's gonna happen.
with
you can
certainty.
see
I haven't played carry
ahead
Viper, but
for
I've played a
those, like,
decent amount of Viper, and it doesn't feel like you can scale very well that way.
Yandex seem concerned about high-speed carries.
True.
They ban out the Weaver and the Kez.
Yeah, like I said, I think Kez seems like if you get a free lane on Kez and you can just run away with it, this hero.
I honestly think carry
probably
Viper
is
would be
the
kind of
strongest
cool
carry
this
of the
game.
match right now, or at least like the strongest hero of the tournament in the carry.
Actually, I can
Rare
work.
Witch Doctor ban.
Yeah, they played it.
Counter Zorsa, counter Steam Versa.
I could
Hurricane
feel
Pike builder against
for
Tusk.
Yandex, maybe
You can go
some
Ags as
Dreamleague
well.
Yeah.
can pop up.
I don't know if I
Don't
like.
say that.
Insania.
Don't say that.
I
Don't
don't
say
know if
that.
I like CM that much.
You just
against,
pick like Puck mid or something.
Those Giga Tanky heroes.
Okay, never mind.
personally,
Always
We saw
Viper,
Team
mate.
Ursa
Viper.
yesterday, and I
This
was
is
like,
a weird
maybe this
fucking
one
jug
time
pick.
it will actually be.
They have Tusk, who I think is pretty good against
It
you.
was not
Ursa,
good
who's
for
pretty
Jug.
good
I
against
don't
you.
think so. Not against like Ringmaster Centaur.
Also, Timber is pretty good.
Yeah.
What do we need?
You can
Yeah,
run
Tim-
away with the chain and with the
Yeah,
scepter.
Timber's
he
like a
gets-
wash. Like I wouldn't say it's
If
like it's
they-
you're
if they
fine as
have
Timber. You don't care.
Ringmaster, I would say Bane would be pretty
Mhm.
good.
So many supports banned actually.
Yeah.
I like the
let's
Witch
see,
Doctor
what
ban with the
personality
heal.
should they-
It's pretty
The
funny.
thing is also when you're like
Yeah.
last picked like this as a 5, you like really want to go through the options.
Like,
you're thinking about, like, can
I see
innate?
that
Can I, like,
there is a
Phoenix?
chance
Can
that
I pick
Team
one of these,
Spirit
like,
can
little bit higher value
go
heroes
in
than, like, Bane?
in
I
like
feel like if I was gonna
15
put
to
Bane in,
20
I would've
minutes.
picked it earlier.
They just gather,
It is.
Dazzle.
and it's hard
More
to
matchup-specific hero.
stand against them because Orsa needs time,
I don't.
Timber needs time.
I like it
It's only
because Team Spirit
Volker.
doesn't have good jump
Like Tusk
personally,
is not
so
the
it's
best
really hard
defender
them to
for
get to
the
Dazzle.
mid lane
Dazzle's
towers
able to get
or
Volker
even
to his team
Dazzle.
minus armor
So
to his
that
opponents.
Pugna Viper
Along
with
the
Ringmaster,
left,
sometimes with the help of
it's not very good
Centaur,
against
sometimes
Viper,
with the
but
help of
against Dazzle,
Juggernaut.
it looks good.
I guess it would be
I feel
hard
like
for
the
Yandex
variable
to
is
stand,
definitely be a high-value
at
skill
least for the
save.
first
The
20
only
minutes.
question for me is, like, are they
I
actually able to
see
kill
that. I think there's going to be a lot of pressure from Team Spirit in the mid lane, but I also
they have one
feel like
invo spells.
okay.
Just
First
pulls
off,
up tornado
my
and
theory
shoots
that
in place.
Ursa
It's also
needs a
spells.
healing support. I
There's
like want to
Viper,
keep testing
there's
that. So
Viper,
so
that's
far
not
it's
gonna
been
die. There's,
confirmed every game I've watched it.
Pugna, that's gonna be
They added
Link. Like, they
Dazzle.
don't-
Like I feel like Dazzle was
I'm a
like
little bit
the
worried
last
for
one in the
Viper
pool, and it's
on,
also pretty like it has
That's a
the
lot of
physical
same
minus
two
armor
supports with
synergy with
saving
the
abilities,
tag team
plus
and
you have
and
Viper,
Ursa.
and you
But
also do
my
have
point is, I feel like
they can play the longer fights.
I feel like top lane's going to be a bit rough for the Centaur, which means that
Oh.
I think Yandex will be able to dedicate more resources to the mid lane.
Mhm.
Every year I get to cast one game.
I-
and
if-
they have made the
okay,
mistake of
for
doing
me-
two this year, and now
Okay, you know
we're
what?
gonna
Make your
find out
prediction. Who do you think's going to win? I already have my
We are
prediction.
here with OD Pixel and CC and
Yandex.
Steve.
Yeah, okay, I'm on the same page. I like Yandex's draft better. It seems easier to me. It seems easier.
That's right.
Well, I guess
Yep.
I'm never gonna give up on
Um,
Like,
this one, and
yeah.
you're
We
never
were
gonna let me
talking
get on
about
this
the
one too.
Juggernaut,
With
which is a
Juggernaut.
weird pick. I mean, the only thing that I was seeing with the Juggernaut in this game was to try to pressure early. Because I don't see any late game for them. I don't see who that Juggernaut wants to ult, or how that Centaur wants to come back to the game, or what that Viper is going to do on the middle late game. So with the Juggernaut pick, I think the only window that they get is to go crazy at the like
Early
first
game.
20 minutes. Yeah,
I would give Yandex, like, assuming both teams are of equal skill, I think on paper Yandex looks really good, but I know Team Spirit's been kind of owning. If both teams were theoretically equal, I would give Yandex like a 80-20 in the draft, personally. Like, I don't like the Radiant draft. I'm surprised they left Centaur core. I'm surprised they picked Viper where they did and then didn't flex it. Like, it made sense, like, oh, it's going to punish the Ursa somehow, but then they didn't flex it, so I feel like that was kind of weird. I always wonder, as a like, when I'm paneling events and stuff and I see this stuff, it's like, I know that Team Spirit's just a way better team than me, or way better players than me, but at the same time I watch it and I'm like, what are they thinking with the draft? So I just try to figure it out. I mean, sometimes you just get out drafted too, even if you're the best, like one of the best teams, because you're playing against another team that's one of the best teams. So.
Yeah.
They got 3 of them.
Also with this meta, which
guy's
is not clear. Yeah, it's visit.
Getting those swipes stacked up.
Bounty for first blood.
The last hit. There we go. First blood for the game.
Nice. Orsa against Centaur with first blood. That's freaking boots in the first minute.
The thing is I think it's a better Ursa game than it is a Jug game. And Ursa was second picked in the draft, and Jug was 9th. Like, not only do you have Ursa, who can enrage your Omnislash, you have Timbersaw, who usually doesn't die, but also buys Lotus Orb pretty naturally. You also just have fucking Tuskar. Like, I hate playing Jug into Tuskar. You can't Omnislash him because of his Snowball, and you can't Omnislash his teammates because of Snowball.
You can't even Fury TP out.
Yeah.
Against us. Yeah.
I'm actually curious. Like, it's one of those matchups on Dota Buff that's not as accurate because it like requires the player to really know what they're doing. But Tusk has to be one of his worst matchups.
True.
Like, I think out of every support in the game, Tusk is my least favorite to play against. It's a 2% favorable to Tusk. It looks like 90% of Jug's bad matchups are actually cores. That's kind of funny. But it looks like Tusk is like the 3rd on the list for supports. Like 3rd worst support according to Dota Buff for Jug to play against.
Who's the first?
Because of what?
Who's the first?
It was I believe Io and Spearbreaker were number 1 and 2. Io, Spearbreaker, and Chen. I saw Tusk was number 4.
Io? That's weird. Why do you think that Io is good against Jug?
It's funny because I remember losing to Io a lot as Jug and competitive, but I would not have given you that hero if you had asked me. I think anything that makes, like, any hero that makes it hard to kill people committally is just annoying for Jug, I think.
That makes sense.
Oh, maybe it's also giving somebody attack speed, you know? Like, maybe it's like a carry that can't normally stand its ground in man fight and just kill you now can, maybe? I mean, all these supports are either BKB piercing, summons, or like single target damage of some sort, right? It's all like heroes that offer damage through spin, and theoretically Io gives his teammates a lot of damage through spin.
Farm trade mostly because he's got the Bugna.
Maybe that's why. I'm just theory crafting there. I did know I hated Chen and any summons heroes, but I did not know Io.
Yeah, I do understand that. I do understand the Spirit Breaker also. But with Io, I don't believe on the statics, like, forever.
Yeah.
Some of these numbers sometimes are weird to me.
For me, Dota Buff is like ChatGPT. It's like a useful reference, but you can't just take it as gospel, you know?
Yeah.
He's not gonna like that when you get home. Here comes the belt for Tira Jr.
15 and 6 at the moment on Lal against the 12 and 3 on the Invoker. So Lal having that bit of a win at the moment in this matchup.
Well, do you think that Centaur goes for hell?
Yeah, I think so.
Because they nerfed all the universal heroes damage.
Seems like the best way to play it. Just being able to cut waves and stuff.
It's hard to actually get
They don't have the best punish for Helm. Meaning, like, their heroes don't kill it amazingly. Ursa's, like, okay, but... In the mid-game, it doesn't feel good on Ursa to, like, kill a Helm creep on lane. Doesn't feel good.
I think Dazzle can chase it very well.
But
the other two cores, no.
They kind of want some catch and disable with, like, the bear and Timbersaw. They're kind of the damage bros. They want a bit of a little stunny bear to help them out. What do you think about the Invoker Slacks?
I genuinely have no idea what he does. I mean, I know how to kill him.
Fucking
What's Wex?
slacks.
Who cares? Man die. But pretty cool. Water rune.
I don't know what this hero does. Thank you, Slacks, for your analysis.
Oh no!
Melody able to get the job done there with Watson. Get the heal bomb off on towards Root. Kill him off as he tries to
Okay,
take
so
the
we did predict mid lane would be a bit rough for Invoker, but
I'm surprised.
that's kind of just
Just top
Viper in
lane
a
is-
nutshell, I feel like.
I mean, I guess.
I haven't seen his skill build on Viper, actually. I'm curious what it is. Yatro's
Because of
maxing
Q and
crit.
E.
He went QE?
Centaur, not
Oh.
Yeah, yeah.
against the bear. It's a classic
Interesting.
counter.
Ah,
He
it's
is
interesting
safe.
that with that
You
Q
use
buff,
the
people are now
actual
doing
real
this.
names. Okay, no.
Yeah.
What did I say?
You said Centaur.
Okay, but like that one should be. You should get
I
that
can't.
one.
It's very difficult for the audience to follow along with your pro player. You know,
One thing,
idioms.
Replace
Brian,
the one.
do
Yeah.
you think that it's okay with Centaur when he's playing against Slark, Monkey, or Ursa to play with the other facets so he's able to buy face boots?
Oh, nice little dodge there at the whip.
I think you can just buy them anyway.
Still have the space that they can't turn.
Now, boots doesn't work on this facet.
No, it works. It just doesn't
Though he's kinda
work
doing
with your
pretty chill
facet.
mid. And this matchup is really bad for
Like,
Viper in
your
the game.
facet
Yeah.
proceeds
you
to
can
do
get your
nothing
mana
after
burned,
that.
And Invoker is a hero that you don't really
Ah.
do anything to.
But, like,
So
I
if you-
personally think the double edge doing more damage to yourself is not particularly good. Like, the other facet I think is almost bad. Like, it's like a negative facet.
Are not working at all. If that's the case. So if you buy the boots, the strength doesn't matter on your movement speed anymore.
Yeah. As long as the
Ah,
strength is less than... It just doesn't stack with boots. It's like another boot, basically.
Mhm.
Incredible job.
But yeah, like when you have two pairs of boots, whichever boot gives you more movement speed's the one you get. So it's the same with his facet.
Finds himself in a moment, needs to get those stacks out.
Okay.
Gorgeous.
I wouldn't be shocked. I mean, I've seen it before. I've seen people go phase boots on Centaur with that facet. I wouldn't have been upset. I think it would have been good for him to consider going boots like that. But maybe it's just too... It's like, okay, you survive the lane a bit better, but then what happens after the lane?
Many times for stacking.
You can't really jungle with phase boots.
Thanksgiving is canceled.
You can't, like, farm the lane even with phase boots. Like, they keep you alive, but they don't let you farm the lane.
Panto's in trouble.
True.
Junior's got him.
Or does he?
They got the
He does.
Oh.
That was one of the shortest TP attempts I've seen. Immediately put to a stop. Panto's gonna look for the
Okay,
shot.
I have an idea of why this is happening. I think somebody said that Pugna's innate is bugged since the patch.
And it's 7
So I
minutes.
think he tried to do something that you can normally do, but it's bugged. I believe that's why Ponto just canceled his TP.
They keep the wisdom
Better rewatch that.
die, but the Omni Slash coming
Oh,
in.
that's a good rotation from Yotaro.
That was a good
Yotaro is
rotation.
level 6 on 7 minutes.
Came to play today.
That's weird.
These guys are ready to take down the kings, the gods. Yeah, these teams have a lot of practice
Also,
against each other, right?
he's fat.
The Yandexers, you know?
Spandex? Yeah, I think they've
I mean, he has put on a little weight in the last
Hell
few
yeah,
years, but
Spandex keep it
kind of
tight,
uncalled
baby.
for.
Hey man, that's their team motto. They have it hanging on the wall.
No,
Kinda
it's,
like football
the
teams
hero
that
is
half
fat.
the time when they go onto the field. It's like that. Keep it tight.
There's no way. This is some back
Got him,
locker room talk here, but did you know that everyone on this team does play with spandex on?
I need to get better
did
with
know
these
that.
jokes.
You did know that. Yep. So,
Fucking
don't go for it,
slacks.
guys.
He said everybody on Yandex does play with spandex on.
Hey, that's-
fucking funny,
thank you
dude.
so much for that, guys. That's everybody really wanted to see that as we see in the middle lane.
The Viper. Lars in trouble. They get the setup.
Even
Nice
Timber's
trying
here.
to play with the burst of the
Okay,
shackles.
that's all you kill a Viper.
All down.
I'm not gonna lie.
Which is what, 8 minutes in.
I just
Yandex
think this
getting the
team for a
two
draft
kills,
is really bad.
5-1. It's looking pretty good this early game.
They're keeping it tight as
Yeah, it's
We
just
can't keep saying this, dude.
you need
We
to
gotta say
be
something else. You can't
brave
say
to say
You
that.
can't say that.
Because I feel the same.
Like that.
But
That was
it's
very
team
good.
spirit. We gotta see what they're
Trying to tame the
thinking.
bear with the whip, not happening here. Okay, wrong circus.
Whipples.
Thank you so much, Quinn. You really do add a lot.
Thank you.
As we go down.
Even Viper has less net worth
Senior said to, I don't
than
remember.
Volker.
That's really good, Quinn.
Keep it tight. Keep it tight. Keep it tight.
Let's keep it tight.
Here's
All
the
right.
push.
Yeah, I wonder what happened there.
Junior, I mean,
Well, the thing about Viper with this QE build is that you can't jungle either. So, like,
It's not like Spirit Thief of the mid tower. They are big, hold your area defenders, but
I hope he went back
True.
for a point in W. I think he did.
had a good early lane.
Yeah. He went for W.
Goat himself, junior man.
Even he didn't get the ult.
Okay, yeah, okay.
uh,
The thing about Viper is he wasn't a lane dominator prior to this patch, and I think giving him 2 less mana on his Q doesn't, like, it makes him be able to use his Q more, but it doesn't make him a lane dominator, you know what I mean? Like, I think for the longest time, Viper just hasn't been a good lane dominator.
Every little bit helps. Maybe they feel like they're really lucky.
Also, I think he did. I don't think so.
He's not gonna die. He can always spin TP, but
He's man fighting. Okay, very nice.
did they
Very
like
nice
change the
calculate.
way the health bar moves with treads? I feel like it looks different after this patch.
It's not about the patch. It's about something about Dreamleague that visually it changed the look of it.
Ah, it's something to do with Dreamleague. It looks
Yeah.
like heroes randomly gain a bunch of health.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is.
But they don't
Like, there's
It's about the
times where I
health
see a
bar.
guy's health bar like morph, and I'm like, what the fuck? That looks so strange.
Yeah. Just some visual stuff from Dreamleague.
Hmm. Wonder what that's about. It's a visual setting. Oh.
Yeah.
It's a setting within Dota 2.
Oh,
Oh.
really?
Well, I don't like it. Whatever it is, maybe it's just because it's weird to me, but it looks... It bothers me. Like, it feels wrong, you know? Does it feel wrong to you, Erfan?
Ah,
really slow.
yeah, I see the option now. When, like, you can turn on the visual damage, you can also turn on the visual health.
Ah.
And it's new, yeah.
And that's new in 7.40? Or is it just
I'm
new
not
in, like,
sure.
the last recent past?
I think recent past.
It's really interesting to see 2 carries with the dice. Because I'm
I mean,
pretty sure for
recently, I'm
for
Dota
Jug it's 1 damage, and for Ursa it's maybe 2 damage. I think it's also 1 damage, and then it's like 100 gold.
I see everyone picking that dice.
Did you fucking hear Slacks?
Now, what did you say?
He said, "What is this? The Epstein files? I can't see shit."
Typical Slack.
Oh fuck.
He's feeling pretty safe under the tier 2. Alright. They've got the bots on the Viper, so Lal's ready to TP over if there's any sort of pressure put onto him.
There's something
Junior's
bugged
close
about
to the
Viper's
Aghanim's.
E.
So we're going to see quite an early one of those.
I mean, I don't know what it is if it is.
This, the sort of Wex Aghanims at this time in Quinn. How annoying is it going to be for Spirit?
I think this item is more of
Who
a
allowed
farming
Slacks to
tool than it's
cast?
anything else. You buy it
I
just like
mean,
a tornado
Dreamleague
wave
is.
and they actually die.
There's no like
Because otherwise you
rules
have
of
to tornado
Dreamleague,
it
you know.
and right-click it like 33 times.
Voker's got an Ags first. I guess this is on Wex and Voker. It's really good because it like speeds up your farm pretty drastically, right?
So he can actually play
Yep.
it.
You just like tornado waves.
Thank you for that. I had no idea what that was.
I was gonna see if it changed the. It does not change the cooldown. I was wondering if it changed the cooldown of tornado. What is the cooldown of tornado?
There is a man farming a centaur. Thank you.
I need to remove this fucking.
Good.
What's Centaur's lore?
Yeah.
I
Which
can't
one?
click.
The hero or the
Would they
jungle
both
creep?
have lore?
It's 27, I think.
27.
And yeah, 27 with the 10 talents, it decreases 4 seconds.
Oh,
Reduces 4 seconds.
so
So-
23.
It's too dark.
Yeah.
Too dark
Not bad.
to discuss.
Too dark. You just talked about the Epstein files.
You can use it on every wave.
Now those
Even
are
without
dark,
the talent.
Hey.
What is going on with this overlay? I can't click.
Keep it tight.
Keep it tight, ladies and gentlemen at home.
Huh.
Yandex fans, pull them up as we get ready for this very interesting game.
Most of the other tier 1 neutrals other than chipped vest give no GPM at all. Honestly, I think it might be that so many of the neutrals are useless now. Like the only good neutral in the previous patch for carry was the Spark of Courage and also the Polywog Charm, which is still in the game. But if you don't need the Polywog Charm, then okay, that's a nice kill.
Ooh, Brian, I think Jacob got us.
He hooked us
We
up.
have the chat on the Discord.
Nice. Yeah, we see messages here.
A little bit of a whoopsie.
Oh yeah, we do have Duelist Glove for carry as well.
Yandex's draft is none of their 3 cores are really starters.
I like
so
Duelist Glove a lot.
It's going to require Ursa getting online
and him being the starter, but he's playing against Viper. He's going to get spat
But
on.
it doesn't help
got
with
Stampede to
jungling,
fight,
I guess.
so
So
it is going to be a farmy game because neither team really have great tools of doing stuff. So it's going to be a carry showdown.
Yeah, there's
the Yaturo's got the
Honestly,
1-1-1
I
stats. Interesting.
Like, who can do?
I think the team spirit is polling very well.
They are. It's like I have absolute faith that Team Spirit can stall out a game. I'm legitimately wondering for what. Like I think that Ursa or Jug could get 6 slotted this game, and they still lose. So I want to see Yatoro like sick team fight execution that somehow blows this game open or something. Maybe they just hit a timing window that Yandex can't deal with, but I don't know what that is. Do you have an idea?
Generally, you can
I mean, Team Spirit, not the exact timing, but Team Spirit mostly on this kind of games, they try to separate the enemy so they can pick them off one by one. They try to avoid the 5v5s. And they try to make this kind of movements. Oh, don't go out.
You don't like the TP out?
Dude, these guys are good.
I mean, they tried very good to make that kill. They are so desperate. It was their moment. And it got
Oh,
ruined
like
by
you're
the
sad
Dust.
for Team Spirit with that TP out.
very
Yeah.
talented.
I
His
see.
dad taught him that. One of the first things he learned. That Ringmaster Whip is not the first one he received.
It was the Blink reveal also. Didn't work.
Something your father taught you, Owen.
But for that cause, I think Team Spirit needs to dodge the Roche and Tormentor. Because it's hard for them to 5v5. We got to see what they can do in 4 minutes. Because I think Yandex will immediately go for that Tormentor. I think they will give it up.
For me, these type of pubs are impossible because if I'm Jug, I'm literally communicating to my team, I can't fight for like 4 items. And I just keep saying, don't fight them, don't fight them, don't fight them, and that just never works in pubs. So
Of course they will never work.
I'm just laughing because like it's like I hear you like feeling sad for Team Spirit when he TP's out. So like if I'm empathizing right now, what I feel is I'm like I would never win this fucking game in a pub because I would, even if I managed to dodge fights perfectly, my teammates would try to fight instead. So
Yeah.
I think picking heroes in pubs that can't fight in the given game is just a recipe for disaster.
Yeah, it's harder to play with those heroes.
I mean, Jug generally can fight, but just given the matchups, he can't fight.
I mean, he hasn't got his ags yet. When he has the agons, he'll be ready to turn up and do the little sing-song with
The positioning of Yatoro was very well. He's changing his positioning on the map. Yeah, you see, they are not trying to 5v5. They see them on bot lane, they go immediately push mid top. And if they drag them on mid top, they will go back to bot lane again. This is the movement that Team Spirit tries to make every time that they are not able to fight.
I want to highlight a different movement. Yandex had 5 heroes bottom at the tier 2 tower. Team Spirit wasn't defending, and Yandex farmed. Remember how in our server, in our classes, we're having to tell people to stop hitting towers?
Yep.
Yeah, like, this is a perfect example where Yandex cleared all the camps nearby and TP'd out when they were given a free tower, technically.
Yeah.
So it just kind of shows you what pro players do. Like, Team Spirit decided it's not worth contesting, and Yandex was like, I don't even want the fucking tower.
Exactly.
Like, the way towers work, guys, is you kill all the creeps around it, and if there's nothing left to do, you kill the tower.
Also, look at
Yeah.
Yatoro's skill build, the old 114 stats.
Is that good?
Oh, I love that.
Sup, Cena?
Yeah.
Farm more than tower,
you-
indeed.
Yeah, like spending so much time to hit a tower. It's not worth it.
Yeah, it's,
And
it's,
pros know it.
it's just every time you're using multiple heroes on a tower, you have to think, how many camps could we be farming during this time?
Yeah.
Don't do that at
It's
home,
true.
kids.
With the cumulative sum of heroes we're using.
Hey, if you stack Chira Jr., I swear to God!
What's the read on Viper that makes him pick so often? I'll be honest, I thought Viper was super broken when I released like that build for Viper in one of my videos. I lost like 4 Viper games in a row, and I just never see this hero have any impact in my games anymore. Like, my faith in Viper has plummeted.
Collapse.
They need to make the neutral frogs cuter. Like the heckin'
I know it's all
You
subjective
see-
and experience, but yeah. Go ahead.
Do you see what Panther is doing?
Okay. Those ones
And
Making
Watson
bottom
is
tower?
trying to find the guy.
Yeah, I
he
saw that.
went
I
for
saw the little
top
cat and
tower.
mouse game going on there.
in the lore.
Yeah, and he took the mid lane tower. Now he's going to take the bot lane tower. He's trying to find a little bit of money and a map for his team. It's a position
It's
5.
like a book or movie or something, right?
What?
This is also one of those movements that we talk about in the classes.
I can't
That's
tell if you're being serious. I think it is.
you don't need to force your teammates to go for team fights. Just find something else that you can do to help the game on your own and try
Yeah.
to do that. If it's farming, you farm. If it's pushing, you push. If it's taking towers, you take towers. Yeah, Team Spirit is giving up the Tormentor.
Yeah, I think Team Spirit's doing a great job, like, minimizing damage here.
I love
The thing is, if Yatro's hero outscaled Ursa, like, 1-to-1, I would feel so good about what they're doing right now.
Yeah, true.
Ponto?
Larl wants to take this fight.
No mana.
Actually, Team versus Scepter is wasted. Now Jugger can ult.
Oh, Ursa died.
Oh, Jugger killed Ursa.
Yeah, Centaur and Jug killed Ursa. Okay, Team Spirit Dota.
Oh!
Wow, sick play by Rue. Yeah, okay,
But
they're literally
really
just outplaying them well.
Yeah.
Team Spirit Dota.
A little too slippery. Can they read his position? The scanner hits the
Oh!
Oi.
Did Sierra Jr. misclick? I think that was a misclick.
The ward's down. They've got the decrepify and the life drain. He'll try and turn with the deafening blast. But the
Dead.
Signal ward will do the
Okay.
job. They bring Chira Jr. down. Spirit
Watson pulled a BSJ. Whenever I'm trying to connect the fights, I die.
up in the first 20 minutes.
He pulled a BSJ there.
No.
Yeah.
Not anymore.
You can't lose focus as a carry for like a split fucking second because Team Spirit just cut him off. Like, as a carry, the first thing is to understand where to farm. The second thing is connecting fights. Okay, he actually just went on it. Or Toro. Never mind. I just... This is different than what I thought happened.
Oh, that's a good execution.
Okay. I thought he was connecting to the fight. Never mind.
Yeah, he overchased.
Watson, you can't be letting it
This
loose
is
out
also
there. Keep
something
it tight.
that I see Liquid is doing very well. Whenever they cannot fight, like I think it's a technique. Whenever these pros cannot take a 5v5, they will try to cut the enemies after the objectives. Like after the objectives, people are tipping away to fix their map. So that's the moment that you can pick them off. I saw that Liquid is doing this. Also, Team
Big
Spirit is
rush.
doing this.
I think they're going to be late.
They got a multiplier.
And also no jug ult.
That's a good Midas mode.
Oh, they might go for a steal in. Nah, not going to get the jump in time.
Damn.
Yeah,
Cloud
notice had a
Master
haste rune running into him.
do it this
Now
time.
Watson's got the Aegis. And the Rue. That's going to be fine here.
Okay.
With the heals.
Do you think he's a kleptomaniac in real
You think
life?
Yandex feel they're on a timer this game, or they just won a
Yeah,
team
he's
fight?
called him the master of stealing.
They're definitely not on a timer.
There's one person out.
Okay, my question, Erfan,
Just a
because you
multi-millionaire
coach
walking around grocery
teams
stores and stealing gum.
much more experience with that than I do.
I've done
Is that a thing people say? We're on a timer this game?
Okay, it's going to be fine here.
Yeah, sometimes.
He'll back off.
Like, what does it
Yeah.
look like? Is it during the draft? Is it during the game itself? What kind of? Where is that communication happen?
After the draft, if you have decent players, experienced players, they will understand how they can make team fights after like 40 minutes, 50 minutes. And if they see they have no answers, they will understand that they are on the timer. Let's say that you are playing against Dusa with no mana breaks, and that Dusa has 2 saves behind, so you cannot lock down the guy to kill it. So you'll be on the timer.
I see.
I'm not saying that you will lose if it goes to late game, but it's on the enemy's favor, not yours.
My thought always, like, because I appreciate that insight. For me, whenever people say they're on a timer, it's just an excuse to make bad decisions in pubs.
Yeah, that's true. In pubs, yeah.
Yeah, like in competitive, it's different. But I feel my theory is that 99% of Dota players could never think that ever again, and it would benefit them.
Torres nearly got the full butterfly on
That's
the-
my thought.
against the Juggernaut, which is
Yeah, at least the players that I worked with, they think of this stuff. I understand that thinking that you are losing before the game starts is not good.
Yeah, it's more like my thought is what is your hero and team's potential right now? Play according to that. And if you think you can't do anything right now, what do you need in order to be able to do something, and then build for that? For me, I feel like that's a much better framework, because there is merit to thinking about timers, but I don't think the majority of players approach that logically. Does that make sense? It's much more emotionally driven, like stress, anxiety, frustration, like stuff like this.
I understand your perspective. And it's totally true. I totally agree with that. But I think in pro scene, if you remember the TI finals, there was a game with Orsa offlane and Aba carry.
Yeah.
And those guys just bought their items and start hitting the high grounds of extreme. And there was no answer, you know. That's the kind of thing that we say that we are on time or something like that. That those heroes are getting strong and there is no answers. There is nothing that we can delay the game. But how are you going to kill Orsa with Magnus? How are you going to lock down the guy when he buys Scepter or Aba carry? How are you going to lock him down? So
what you're basically saying there is they recognize that they don't need to wait any longer. Like this is just a good time to go, right? Like the enemy team does not have answers to us. So for me, it's like rather than using the phrase "Are we on a timer?" it's just what is our timing? Like what is the relative power level of each team right now? And sometimes you can just recognize they have no answer to us right now. And even though your draft wasn't planning to go high ground at minute 20, if you like win your lanes harder than you expected, or you end up winning a team fight mid-game and getting Roche off of it earlier than you expected, sometimes you can just go high ground at minute 20. Like, that makes sense. But, yeah, I guess I have a negative view of using the phrase, we're on a timer in pubs.
I totally understand perspective, and I think you totally polished it very well.
Okay, gotcha. But I like that you gave, it is important to note that it is like, the best question which I got from you, which I agree with, is what is like, I said what is the relative strength of both teams, but you said like, can the enemy team do anything about us right now? That's basically what you just said, which I like.
Yeah.
Real quick, kill score is 6-9. I have to highlight that before he dies. The Centaur Yules is actually what prevents him from TPing there. That's interesting.
Yeah. Also, it counters the Scepter of Timbersaw. You know, I think the problem with the Scepter of Timbersaw, other than the shield that it takes, is that he gets the full stack of armor at the immediate second that he uses the Scepter.
Yeah,
I think that's
pretty BS. It makes it so like breaks and stuff don't do anything.
Yeah.
Like, what's the point in breaking him if he just gets full armor anyway?
Yeah.
Have a good one, Berkey. I don't know if I answered your question, Rami, but I don't think Yandex thinks they're on a timer.
Oh, they want the shrine. They want the sweet little shrine.
TPs are coming in. Oh, shit. So we might see Spirit try and fight this.
That's a wisdom fight. Without the Timbersaw.
This is really good gang. Nice. It's funny because whenever I go into a game, I tend to, I don't want to say root for, but I tend to put myself in the perspective of the team that I would rather be. Maybe that's like a bad habit, actually.
I think that's one of the methods to learn. I think simulating in your brain is something that makes you understand the stuff better. That's a method.
Yeah, I guess like not as much problem with the method, but more like should I be putting my mind in the head of the team that I think is worse off? Maybe I should do that sometimes.
Nice segue here, but I'm eating up this game, baby.
I'm glad I answered your question, Rami. That's awesome, dude.
Now we see circles being drawn on the minimap there. A awful circle. As a guy who's been muted in game for the last 9 months, I gotta say your artwork needs a little help on that minimap.
MKB.
You can give some pointers?
Absolutely. You know, get a drawing tablet.
Who's going
Get
for a
on your
nullifier
computer,
this game?
Get a draw tablet, have a monitor just be your minimap, and you can just write a little essay in there.
All they know Chiro Jr.'s about.
Oh, they got
They
him under
found
sentry.
Sneaking around underneath this sentry ward. They destroy the Invoker.
In my
Brian,
experience,
what
There with his
go ahead.
placement, didn't expect
Sorry.
them
No,
to
go ahead.
What do you
put
think about
detention
Philip
down.
near on Volker?
Kind of just unnecessary.
Uh,
Buy their 2-2. He can just
I mean,
go back and farm the camps, wait for the wave to come in.
my
Very
opinion on
unnecessary.
Gleipnir as an item in general is that
Gathering down at the bottom
there's
right
like, as a
there.
core, there's like so many reasons for me to buy dispels nowadays.
Yeah.
Let the creep
So unless the AoE is like really, really nice,
Shameful you even consider they would hit the tower.
which I don't know how big of a deal it is for Invoker because I don't play Invoker, but I feel like the active of Gleipnir is like pretty
Here we go.
pretty shit, I would say.
Dude, it's called the top.
Like, I feel like the item doesn't really have a place, is what I'm trying to say. Like, what hero on Radiant doesn't have a way to, like, deal with it?
Comes out of a chasm.
You have, like,
Yeah.
Manta Spin, you have Yules, you have Manta Hurricane Pike, you have, I'm assuming, like, a Force Staff, and you have Box, and...
You don't know the scale. Do we know the scale of Dota heroes? Couldn't these all be like massive kind of behemoths?
So what about the AoE bonus for Volker?
Yeah, I'm saying, like, I don't play enough Invoker to know how big a deal the 75 AoE is. But is like, I have a hard time believing 75 AoE is worth 4,000 gold or whatever it is, 4,500. It's interesting that
Oh.
they're like making
Let's
collapse use his Yules. Oh, they're there. That the Gleipnir owned there.
Yeah.
Oh, the Yules on the. Oh no. To be fair, Ursa had enraged, so it wasn't gonna do any damage anyway.
Anyway,
Oh!
Ursa.
Dude, Viper's so fucking useless, man. What the fuck is this cat? Pugna Viper.
Those shards were completely destroying Spirit in that last fight.
Dude, this is my experience playing Viper. I'm just the last alive, and I don't fucking do anything.
Not engulfed in shards this game. I think it's every single death that's absolutely banging.
And that was, I guess it didn't matter because the was enraged, but it looked a little
I
overproductive
was
'cause the Omni Slash was
like,
the Ursa, the
I
Spear
just
was
realized
the
something
Ursa,
with the draft of
but
Team
I
Spirits.
think it didn't really matter
If
because, the
they
Ursa-
could get this Roche, or just avoid this Roche fight, and they get stronger with their heroes, I don't think there's a way that they can stop the Juggernaut from hitting their buildings. Like, we were thinking about the Juggernaut cannot kill any hero, but with that draft, Centaur behind, Greenmaster behind, Pagna behind, and Juggernaut on the healing ward, if you start hitting your buildings, I don't think that there is anything that Yandex can do.
Wouldn't that be cool?
That would be so
So, I think that's the theory behind Juggernaut also. It's one of the theories.
Hit them like 3 times like a Venom ward.
I get that. I also, my thought on Jug, and maybe this is just me not playing enough organized Dota in the last like 5 years, is against Ursa, I'm like never hitting buildings. like I just can't, because this hero has fucking BKB piercing. Like, he buys a basher, he kills me through my spin, and on the map, like, I need to have all 4 heroes behind me in order to hit the buildings, and then so then we have had to have created a map where my team was like pushing other lanes and then grouping up behind me. So like I feel like that the hypothetical that you just put out, I feel like it's really unreliable to get there against Ursa specifically. Because
Even with Ringmaster Centaur?
what I'm saying is that, like, against Ursa, none of your heroes can like solo push waves. And their only hero that can ghost push is Viper. So I think they're always going to have some lane issues because they're against like Timber, they're against even like Invoker Dazzle are pretty good at clearing waves. So like if I look at the map, I would guess that most of this game 2 lanes were going against Team Spirit. I think most of this game.
Yeah. Because also they are trying to dodge.
Yeah, because they're trying to dodge, and like the whole idea of Jug is I feel like his ability to get the fights he wants is determined by his ability to push waves. And if I have to have teammates nearby me to push waves, it feels like really bad. Like, obviously, you adjust and you have teammates nearby you like they're doing, but yeah, if, I would, because it's funny, like, if I think about football, it's like time of possession I think the Dota equivalent of time of possession is like how much percentage of the game do you have two waves, like in your favor.
Yeah.
As be Dunzo.
Did you see the face of collapse that he misclicked the Yules?
Who did he misclick, or what did he do with it?
He wanted to Yule the Tusk, he misclicked the Yules on himself.
Ah, he clicked on himself.
Yeah, he just set himself up for them.
An Invoker with bots, Octarine, Ghostwalks, he is
Have I played any
everywhere.
Slark this patch? I have not played. I played one game of Slark. It actually felt pretty decent, but I threw pretty bad. So, nothing to do with Slark. I think it's still probably not very good and competitive.
Until he has that BKB very close, as you say, towards having that BKB. He was just a couple of 100 gold off from having it done collapse.
Oh no, he's crashing out.
But sometimes wouldn't you have to decide that you're not even strong right now, but you'll be relatively even weaker than them? For me, I have to see a win condition of whatever we're doing right now. Like, if we're saying it's going to get worse, so we have to take a fight now, it's more important to me that we see some way that a fight wins right now. It's like, even if it's a 5%, okay, fine. My point about this is kind of going back to the timing thing that we talked about earlier, but it's like, if I don't have... I think 99% of the time that you feel like the game's tough, 99% of the time the average Dota player will try to do too much. And they should actually do less and look for a later timing. But that's very rare that people do that. So I think if I had to say, I'd say 90% of Dota players are impatient with going for things, and they would benefit a lot more by being more patient. So I don't. Do you agree in your experience, Erfan, or have you had a different experience?
No, I do agree with you, and I do understand that being in rush or thinking about who's on the timer is not the best way of thinking, because we might lack knowledge. Like, we might think that this game we will have no answer on the late game, but we might be wrong. We might be not in the best shape, and because of that mindset we will just give up, or we will just keep pushing everything too hard, which is not necessary. So I'm against that mindset on pop mats, especially because there's too many things that can happen in Dota 2, especially because it's a skill-based game. Always enemies can make mistakes. So that mindset I don't like.
Yeah, it sounds like you and I have a similar perspective on how to approach pubs here. Yeah.
Yeah.
What can they do? Still 20 seconds without Yatura on the Juggernaut. Yandex taking the barracks.
Forcing is always bad. It doesn't matter that you are in a team or in a pub match or in your family or anything.
I guess the way I look at it is, as the game goes on, the game becomes more and more complicated, which actually makes it more likely for the team that's winning to throw somehow. Just because there's a lot of random shit that happens. And so if the game seems like really out of hand now and you just try to do something, it's probably, oh no.
That was the Scepter.
He just got, oh, that was the Scepter?
Oh.
No, that wasn't
No,
Scepter. That was
Scepter.
that was the full one, yeah.
So this is the thing that we were talking about on the draft. It's hard to execute that ultimate.
Yeah. But the weird, I mean, I have like no sympathy for him because he 9th picked it.
Yeah, you cannot feel bad when you 9 picked it.
And that was a clutch Lotus. But no Omni Splash. I don't know.
Tusk with the Scepter.
I would have loved to see Spirit make Centaur 4, Viper 3, not pick Pugna, and like just do, I don't know, just do something. This draft was like very uncreative, I would say. Uninspiring. Uninspiring is the word I'm looking for.
Uninspiring. Okay.
Ooh.
Oh, even the Lotus got the Swift Flash.
He does have buyback available. See if he opts to use it here, as they will start to lose.
Yeah, they cannot 5v5.
Yandex pushing on.
I think they shouldn't try for that bottom rush. That totally ruined their game.
They were on a timer, man.
Trying to throw everything again on towards this timber saw. But notice he's just sort of walking this off. Lali's outside of the base.
Laurel?
He's trying to start the action. Will
Keep his force. Shoot it, not bad.
So Yandex, though, will give a little bit of respect here
Okay.
to the buyback from Lal. They start to back away, but the stamp
Okay.
for collapse.
I think they
He's
just give
ready
up
to chase
Dazzle
them
and leave.
down.
Yeah.
They'll take out
Yeah.
the Dazzle. Can they get anything more, though? The rest
Yeah.
of Yandex seems like
That was a
they'll be
good
able to
retreat by
escape
Yandex,
pretty
up by
easily.
20k, getting chased, and then
Damage is
got
done,
out, and
though,
they
for
walked away.
Yandex. They got what they wanted from the base.
Yep.
Question now if Spirit can try and find something.
That's good discipline. Like, not every, like, a lot of tier 2 teams don't have that
There's no
discipline.
Dazzle. It's looking difficult, though.
I'm not saying they're
Getting
tier 2, I'm saying, like, a lot of times that type of
Spirit's
discipline is
trying
what
to pull back
separates
now.
tier 1 and tier
They
2.
gotta get something else besides this Dazzle. I mean,
Yeah,
what the Dizzler did don't do much.
Going
I
back
have to say,
after
double
these kind of
damage
high grounds,
on the
it's
Tusk
it's a
there.
hard thing to do.
Go in for that, though. I mean, that's Yatoro.
They're looking at you, Toro.
There's no way that they would do it.
They got a hex.
I totally understand if a team is retreating very well
That was he was in a
and
dangerous
they are not dying as too many heroes and they manage to go out,
going down.
they are doing a great job. It's not just right click back. It's harder than that. You need to go back together, help each other, and understand who to sacrifice if
Yeah.
you are going to sacrifice.
Me into anything.
For sure.
Odie, what's your least favorite?
So Yatoro draw the line. He thinks that Ursa is in there.
As your lawyer, don't answer that.
Now Spirit on
Uh,
with the smoke.
Yandex is hiding on their high ground. That's smart.
The thing about the situation they're in is that because of top lane, they can hide on their high ground because eventually Team Spirit has to show because both teams are pushing one lane with their heroes and then one lane gets pushed by creeps. So now, yep, Viper TP's back to base. That allows Yandex to like they know they can smoke out when top lane is pushing in because they know somebody from Yandex is going to show up there.
Yep.
So is this going to give them Roche because Viper TP? There's a huge wave bottom though that they're not dealing with.
I think if Team Spirit tries to fight this rush, they will lose.
That's some good tech.
Here we go.
Am I lagging or you're?
I mean, they're
Oh,
gonna take the
No, you're
risk.
good. I hear you.
They're gonna take the risk here, Spirit. See if they can get that jump on Yandex.
Nice to see you here too, Crosswindian.
Roche is up.
They've hit the scan.
Okay.
Poogie has fled. No.
Spirit, they've got a little bit of information to work with. Who are they gonna find first? There's most
Oh,
of the
sucks
difficult
at Rex.
He's gonna
This.
find
Oh,
Sucks,
nice, nice jump.
quickly get rid
Oh,
of him.
the Lotus.
Lotus is there again, and he's gonna be able to get
Notice.
the purple off his axe. They turn, they
Owning.
get the hex.
Oh no.
Top of Yatoro.
Holy
That's the Juggernaut
shit.
dead and gone for a minute and a half. Yandex, they were ready to return, and now chase down Team Spirit. A Spirit without the carry. Not a
Did
lot
you
of
see what Notice did?
and they know it is over.
I saw that he Lotus. Did he do it some creative way?
Yandex looking
He
very
chained
good
it
in this game one.
to get
Spirit
close to his task,
their way back into it.
and he immediately used the Lotus.
Wow.
I mean, there's a
Cool.
reason that the Tusk shards are shaped like that, because that was Dick and Yatoro absolutely destroyed by that Tusk.
Yeah, Saxa had an incredible
Yeah, this
game,
rush fight.
and a perfect game read as well for him to go immediately for this blink.
See his
and
YouTube
really
chat
get
say
back.
anything? What's up, YouTube chat?
Completely destroyed Spirit, as you say, on top of the shards. From
Did you
Saxa.
know that Erfan hates
Just makes
watching
them
live
force Spirit
replays?
to
Is that
every
true?
set up the fight and get the
Is
fight
that true,
going the way
Erfan?
they want it to. Every time they try to fight, one of the
Yeah,
players
they
is being
take
kicked
so
right
long.
into the middle of
Like
the
I
alley,
can watch
being destroyed by
4
the squad
games
players.
in 40
Yeah, we
minutes.
see it sometimes late in
But
the game, maybe
on live
three,
games,
but
I'm
I want
spending
here, I want
40
now,
minutes for
and
only one game.
it absolutely owned two
So,
and one and
It's like that
17.
I'm not optimizing my time, not using it properly. I don't hate it, but I find
And what you have
more
to say
efficient
about
ways
Quinn with the dazzle
to watch
we're
it.
disliking at this
Mm.
point.
But I love
It
doing
worked
them
out pretty well
with
for
you.
Holiday.
I love it.
It did.
Uh-huh.
I still hate the hero, but
Yeah.
he cooked this game. I'll give him that.
He did. No, he really did.
Yeah, I mean, for me,
I'm
I'm good with like one series a day for sure. Anything more than that's like too much for me. I mean, if it's my full day, that's fine. Like when I'm at events, I do usually 2 series, sometimes 3, but usually 2. And I don't mind doing 2 series if that's my entire workday, but there's a lot of things I'd rather do than spend an entire workday doing that unless I'm at events. So
Now I can tell you how it got to me. You have 5 players in your team that they are watching separate teams, and every time that you are trying to set a or a team practice, everyone is coming in there with new ideas. Like some of them are watching Team Spirit, some of them are watching Yandex, some of them are watching Team Liquid, and all of them has too many ideas. So I need to understand what is that they're trying to say. So I try to
I
watch
see.
as much game as I can. Yeah.
The
So
number
I will
one.
be
Go ahead.
He is. But I
nothing. I will be on the same page with
listen,
them if I
agree with Quinn. I
see
hate this hero.
enough
Like,
game.
I absolutely hate this hero.
The number
Yeah.
one lesson
But I
I've
feel like
learned
this was
making
one
this
of the few
community,
situations where it was picked
and in the
properly and,
meantime
like,
learned it about like
worked
I
out.
learned it from
So
like Dr. K
I feel
also,
like when
is
you
that
end up picking your support heroes that late, that's kind
the
of when you
most
have the
important
opportunity to
thing
pick from these more,
is
like,
to
weird heroes,
choose
'cause you
one
can see
thing to
matchups, you
do
know
and
what your draft lacks or doesn't lack.
be very careful about that, what that one
This
thing
was,
is,
honestly,
but
like,
knowing
the
that
credits to
the worst
Mally.
thing
I
you
know
can
myself
do
being
is
in that
try to
position,
bite
sometimes
off
you
more
go
than
for
you
a
can
hero and
chew,
it
or to
absolutely
try to
doesn't
do
work
too
out.
many things at
So
once.
it's not that
So
easy to find a pick. I think that's like
Is it
the-
shelved?
my thought is that,
I know we were
and what
probably
Dr.
debating
K
about
says is that to be really
think we were
successful,
playing
this isn't
against
like
OG
verbatim,
at
but
the
this is
time,
like I
Mike
think the
hosting
takeaway is
Top
to
Red
be
Rock
truly
games.
successful, you have to turn down a lot of good ideas.
I looked at the heroes are banned and I just felt like
Because
true.
there's just so many different, like whether it's in a team setting, whether it's making a community, there's like so many quote unquote right ways to do it. Like there's so many possible ways that you could do it.
And then we picked
But
it
if you
and we
try to
ended up
do
losing.
even more than one at once, like
And
you
then
try to
later
do
on,
2 or
the
3 at
first round, this
once,
is the funny
it's gonna
thing.
fail miserably because you're doing like
I think we're playing against
30% of each one or something.
9 Pandas, which was like Ramses, Kiyotaka at the
yeah.
time. For,
Yeah,
in the
that's
Lord
true.
Bracket
I
finals,
understood
super
that
strong.
to
In the Lord Bracket
make a
finals, and
team,
then Zeiss was just picking
5
Witchcraft, and everybody
players,
was like, "Ooh,
especially
no."
online,
And then
not in a
Zeiss
boot
just as a
camp,
wrong player give
you
me the
need to
Witch Doctor
try
and make
to
cooked.
Oh,
And then we
sync
did the
them
Witch Doctor
together,
I
IO.
do
and
remember that.
as a
So
coach
wrong
or
player
a
doesn't win
manager,
game,
you
but,
cannot
like,
force
good hero,
your
just wrong player.
teammates
Don't
or
take it for granted.
players to
Yeah,
do things
exactly.
that they do not
Yeah,
like.
it was
So you need to put them on
very
their
good
comfort zone.
overall, 'cause
And
we
at the
had
same
pretty
time,
much
you want to
Centaurs to drag
sync
the
them
whole team
together.
them to be able to
So
kill, but,
you need
we
to
also had a pretty
hear
strong
their
front line
ideas,
against Timbersaw, who
then
also
you
actually has
decide
an item that we usually
which
don't
path
see,
you choose.
for a good
Yeah.
reason.
But
Collapse when
if
Fire
they
used it
come
to be
with
able
an
to push
idea
back,
and I
but,
immediately
it was
say,
Menace, and also
no,
Squash Wax
we
and
thought
Joker
that we
worked
are
out
going to
really
like
well.
copy
The
Falcon,
Sugar Junior had like 1 or
the
2
guy
decent
will
deaths, on the side
go away
lanes,
from me,
but,
and he will
everything
not
else, like, it was
enjoy
on
the
point.
moment
Like, you use that to
Hmm.
be able
on
to
playing
pretty much
on the
one-shot
team.
the creep wave,
So,
and then you're also menaced in a
but
fight.
maybe
Like, if
I'm
you saw Tusk
doing
with the
more
shards,
than
like
I'm
those
supposed to
Roshan
do.
fights, where
But
they're just completely dismantled
since
because
that
you
it's
have
hard
TP, you have
to
Tornado,
get good
then you have the
results,
big shard slowing them
I'm
down,
trying
keeping them in place,
everything to
like, a
see
lot
I
of
would be
which way
really
is the best.
they have a
curious.
hidden impact that you might not
I'd be
see
really
right away because you're like,
curious
well, I'm not
what it
really
would be
moving,
like
I don't
to
have
sit in
anything,
on
I'm
one of
not moving, I'm
your
stuck inside of the shards,
one of
and
your
Tusk's a really
team
good
practices or
Yeah,
discussions
definitely do that. I have
because
some clips I'd like to show actually from the game.
I'm saying this like very.
The Timbersaw matchup, having
I'm
Fury
saying
Timbersaw
this
against
because I
Timber is
trust our
incredibly good
rapport.
because that hero is
I
normally
feel
really tough
like
to kill, but look how great the shards
there's
are.
skills I have with conflict resolution that I would like to try to apply that I'm not sure if you're using.
He gets to just wail
Like I don't know for
Juggernaut,
sure you're not
triggers
using them.
ultimate for an omni-slash, which is a
But
really
I would
good
like
trade
to
for those
see
two.
if I could do
And in the
something
meantime, the Jug-
because
the Timbersaw is just blowing
like
up these
I've thought the
enemies.
same about
Centaur
like
can't
Team
hit
Liquid and
against
stuff.
the, Viper
Because for me, it's like every great coach is doing great things, but I'm wondering, I'm like, is my skill that I like, because I think I have good conflict resolution skills, and I'm thinking, I'm like, I have this feeling of, am I delusional? Am I delusional that I think my conflict resolution skills are really good? But because I don't actually know if they would work in a professional team. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. So it's like, I would
Yeah.
like to try it to see if I'm doing something different than you, or perhaps what happened is you've already tried what I would try to do and it just didn't work. So you're like already trying the next thing. That's like happened in the past as well when I'm like, sometimes you have that blind confidence that you like know something more than somebody else. I'm not saying I think I know more than you, but just like you think you could try a new approach, and in reality they've already tried that. So yeah, it's interesting. I mean, navigating conflict resolution within a team of 5, especially when like egos in Dota usually run like really high, I imagine is a jigsaw puzzle of sorts. I imagine it's very difficult.
Every single team kind of has like a way in which
Yeah.
they're static, I think. Like,
we
sometimes
can
it's where
try
you
that.
see
You
they
know,
play the same hero all the time, but
it's
they're
like,
quite dynamic in how they
let me
play.
put it this
Like,
way.
Spirit has, they
I
are
have a
static in the
player
form of, like, they
that's
need this type
on the meta,
for
which
their game to
everyone is
flow
going to
naturally.
play
And that's
Timbersaw
their
on
goal through
first
the
pick,
draft. So
and
in this
my
case, they
player
don't
is
have that, and I
not
feel
playing
like they don't look
Timbersaw
quite as sharp as
as
they
an
do in a
offlaner.
lot of their other games.
So
I'm left wondering
it
what
doesn't
was
matter
most
if I'm
frustrating
first
stuff in
pick
early
or
Vocal
second
training,
pick.
'cause if it
I
is
have to
the
ban
norm for
Timbersaw myself.
their
Of course,
typical
when I'm
drafting, then what was the
first
goal
pick,
that they were
I
like,
will
Yandex really
try
know how to do
to
this
let
early
them
second
maybe
phase fight
they
with
ban
Dota
Timbersaw
against
for me because I
Probably
have the
based on all
first
the
pick,
series
but
that like have been played
pop
with Smoke,
players, they
figured
know each
because
other.
when you're a pro
So
player,
when
you
I
wanna
have
play these
that
games, you get
offlaner
feel for
that
some
doesn't
heroes. You're
play
like,
the Timbersaw, they
oh yeah,
will not
I
ban it.
played Jakiro, it's pretty
So
good.
I have to
I
ban
don't want to play
Timbersaw
Jakiro against
myself,
Ringmaster.
and
And
one
then
of the
you're
heroes
like
of
just
the
making
enemies will be
Jakiro over and over
opened
again, and at some
on
point
the game.
you just have
Yeah.
to play
And
with
when you
Ringmaster.
see
And
from
then you realize,
outside,
hey,
not you,
it's not
when
that bad.
like
And then you're
people
like, alright
see
guys,
it from outside,
Jakiro in every
they
single
are
game,
like,
I'll play it
why
against
don't
Kayn
you
this hand.
ban this hero?
Right? So
Why
probably this
don't
has been
you
the
pick
process for a while,
Timbersaw
right? So
for
play
first
Jakiro
pick? You
once,
have first pick,
like
right?
this
Why
hero
do
feels
you pick
amazing, like
like
getting
ban
great stats,
Timbersaw yourself
plays it
and
again.
not banning
He's
that
like,
hero that you
oh, it
know
wasn't just
they
like I
want
just
to
played at the
play?
perfect time. It's just
And
good.
when you
And then
see
you keep
from
upping
outside,
the priority
that
on the
can be
hero,
your
and then
perspective. But when
suddenly
you are in the game,
increase it to
you
like
see that
13,
your
and then
player, he
Yandex had a
really,
response,
really
and then you're
doesn't
like,
like
oh,
to
okay,
play
boom, boom, boom.
Timbersaw. And you cannot
Exactly.
choose your
So
players on your team
there
according
are
to the
these
meta
moments
or the
where
heroes.
you're
So
kind
you
of
gotta
learning
work
as you
with
go, right? It's a new
what
patch,
you have.
it's especially the
And
base level patch, I think.
those stuff are the things that I
Exactly.
I assume that most of the people from outside don't see, and
Something like
sometimes
that.
they are
And
flaming
the
me. They
confidence
are
for
like,
Dazzle goes
you
up.
need to ban this and pick that.
Dazzle last
What are
pick
you doing?
confidence
What?
goes
Why
up.
are you
Yep.
doing this?
Yeah,
And I'm
yeah.
like,
I,
bro,
I,
it's more complicated than you
I'm
think.
not a fan of it.
Some
For
of the
sure.
players
I
are not
think
playing
I
those
just
heroes,
want
and
some
as a
like
coach,
so in Liquid we
you
call
do
them
not blame
counters,
your
like heroes that
players
you can just
in
pick
the
that are
media
always
or
gonna be fun.
anywhere else,
Like Jakiro, for
because
example, will
it's
always do what
really,
Jakiro does.
really
If you pick it
reflects
last pick
very
of the
bad
draft,
on them.
he's
If you
probably not
say
going to screw
my
over
player
you any
doesn't
more
play
than if you pick
Timbersaw
it
on
in the first
offlane,
pick.
so I have to
They're
do
gonna be
this.
about the same.
He
The
will just
variance
lose
in
the
terms of what you
trust
have
on you.
is quite
So you will just accept the blame and you will say, I will do better next time. But different perspectives always have different results. Maybe some other coach with the same players with different perspective can do better. So that's the reason that I say I would love to see you do it once or like one day and see how it works.
Yeah, I'm curious because give me 1 second. I am gonna respond. I'm gonna go get some food and drink before the next game. So just like 3 minute
Okay,
break.
I will do the same.
But I remember what you
Yeah,
said, so I'll be responding to it when we go back. So BRB.
okay, okay.
What's up, Nate? Oh, Erfan's back. You ready?
Yeah, I can give you a short version of it. Most of the questions goes to this code. Like sometimes you gotta go with what you have. So
My question
that yeah.
is when he says he doesn't want to play Timbersaw, what happens between the end of the conversation and you saying something like, but we need you to play Timbersaw?
Depends on the person. Sometimes they will say, okay, I'll practice. Then, because you are on the middle of the tournament, it's like short time for you. And if the guy is not comfortable playing it, it will harm his mentality also. But let's say he practices in on their pub match, and it's not still enough. So for that tournament, you will not see a good Timbersaw from your team. But most of the times, they will say no, and with a solid no, you cannot fight. You cannot fight with solid no.
You just give it up.
Yeah.
Hmm. Yeah, because my interesting... Go ahead. Yeah, sorry, I should let you finish.
Yeah, other than that, you will have a fight. Instead of a team, you will have some fighters in there.
Hmm. Yeah, I guess my thought on this, so the equivalent for me, I remember talking to Jacob about this, is like him talking about like when it comes to work, having a balance of like, you're lucky if you enjoy 30% of the work you do. Like that's like above average. Where you find like 30% of it to be like very passionate, inspiring, motivating work, and the other 70% to be like shit you just got to do. He said like that's above average to enjoy 30% of your work. And that really hit me because I was thinking, I'm like, what percentage did I used to expect to enjoy? And how often did I say I wouldn't do things because I wouldn't enjoy it? And after thinking about that question for a while, because I learned this like 2-3 months ago, I also thought about it with a lot of Dota players and how they talk. I think 99% of Dota players are like incredibly spoiled, myself included, and they will want 95% of their work to be something they enjoy doing. And I think there's some critical balance in there where because you're like a professional athlete, you do have to, or not athlete per se, e-sporter, you do have to have like some degree of enjoyment, otherwise you'll like lose motivation and stuff like this. But the immediate analogy that I go to is me having a partner that I live with and them saying, I don't want to do the chores because I don't like them. And my first gut would just be like, well, what if I don't want to do the chores either? Like, what happens? If both of us act like this, like, what happens? And it's like, well, then we have like a pigsty of a house. You know, that's what happens. Our house is really dirty. It becomes smelly, whatever. Like, there's direct consequences. And so I always ask myself, like, when I'm in a work partnership, when I'm in a real life partnership, whatever, if everybody has that mentality, what happens to me? So I see, like, if I want a partner who cares about the space around them, because I need to care about the space around me in order to have a partner that cares about the space around them. Like, I'm not going to get a partner that cares if I don't care. Because if I don't care and they do care, why would they be with me? Like, that makes no sense. So my thought is that if every player on a Dota team says no to playing a meta hero that they don't know how to play, that team's doomed. Like, I don't see how that team could ever work. If I have a player who does that and gets away with it, if I was the other player, I would not want to do it either. So I feel like having one player like that would implode a team because nobody else, like, it's really hard when hypocrisy comes into play. Like, nobody wants to follow values or rules or like mentalities that the people around them are not following. Like, it feels really awful to do that. So, you know, my discussion with these type of players would just be, you know, what happens if the entire team does that? I think we're fucked. You know, and if they say, no, at that point, I would then find myself, like, I know it's not this simple, and I'm not saying what you should do. I'm saying what I would do is I'd find myself saying, well, I think it's really important we have 5 players that are willing to make small personal sacrifices in order for the betterment of the team. And we have to decide what we as a team want to unite on in terms of the way that we approach the game. Like, if you're telling me that you don't want to learn a meta hero, then I think the best approach is that nobody on the team ever learns meta heroes. And if I would ask somebody else on the team that I know learns meta heroes when they need to, I would ask them, how does it feel for you to, like, in front of the other person, I'd ask, how does it feel for you to hear that he is not willing to spend time and effort to learn a meta hero that he doesn't want to play, knowing that it hurts our drafting? And it's like, I would want them to express themselves to that other person, because for me, it's a really selfish move. I'm not trying to shit on, I don't even know who it is. I don't know, like, what the dynamic of the situation is, but, like, I wouldn't want to coach it myself. Like, I would be very frustrated. And so, yeah, my just thoughts on that is, like, if you have a system of people with multiple different parts, if one person doesn't have to follow a rule or a value, nobody follows it. Like, that's my experience, whether it was with teams, whether it's in, like, work environments, like working with, like, you, Luke, and Jacob. If there were, like, things that I couldn't trust you guys to do, I would be really unmotivated to do any of those things. It's like, if you guys aren't going above and beyond, if you don't take initiative, if you don't, like, look for problems to solve, you don't need to, like, have problems handed to you. Like, you guys look on your own for problems. It's like, because you guys are like that, I'm like that too. Like, I like to be like this, but I would not be like that if you guys were not like that, because it's really difficult to uphold values and work ethic that the people around you are not holding. And that's why I think the 99% of successful business partnerships, relationships, teams is finding the right people to play with. And my thought would be, if I'm a teammate of his, I would be no longer focused on the immediate success of the team I'm on. I would say, okay, this team's done. I would see how can I uphold my values as trying to be as good a teammate as possible, but then look to get out of this situation eventually. That's how I would look at it, because whatever problem you're not solving, you're now at your cap. Like, you're at a cap right now. Maybe for a team, that cap could be 3rd place at TI every year. Like, I think this is exactly what happened to EG, like 5-6 years ago. They had a lot of these problems that nobody ever fixed, and so their cap was being the 3rd best team in the world. Like, they just, I thought their problem was that they had absolutely no versatility and creativity in their drafting. They only drafted for lanes. So what would happen is, at the beginning of the tournament, they would come with new strategies, and then by the end of the tournament, they were figured out, so they would get 3rd every tournament. Like, they actually got 3rd literally like 12 tournaments in a row or something. So I'm not trying to portray this as this situation is really simple and, like, somebody's doing something wrong. I just want to emphasize, like, I know the situation is incredibly complex. And I know that 99% of people who talk about teams and what they think is happening, like you said earlier, like, viewers will flame you or, like, the draft or whatever. Like, I've talked enough with Blitz and Liquid to know that 99% of people on public forums have no fucking clue what's going on within teams, and it is incredibly complicated. And I guess the one takeaway thought that I want to have here is that, like, if one player is not willing to do that, I feel like nobody on the team eventually is going to do that, and that feels really impossible to be successful. That's my main thought.
Yeah, like what you're saying applies on some parts of these problems. But uh, did you ever heard that coaches are saying working with pros are easier?
No, I mean it's definitely harder.
As a coach, working with pros, yeah, like it's a quote. So I'm not making it up. I heard it from too many coaches in the different kind of sports. Working with pros is easier. Working with them, like when you work with pros, you are working against the pros also, and in the tier one, yeah, that work is hard. But working with the pros as a coach with your players, which are pro, is easier than the normal one.
Oh.
Because when you work with the pros, they understand why you are asking for that. They understand what is meta. They understand how a team works. They understand that they are dedicating their life into this game, into this profession. And if they want to stay tier one, they need to act tier one. So you come to your boot camp, Box sits in there, and you tell him that I think this hero is on the meta. He asks why. You give your opinion to him, and he will try to practice it on like 5 games on the pop match. He will say, I understood your words. I'll try it on the pro scene. But you enter your room with semi-pro players or like amateur players, and you tell them, I think this hero works. He is immediately going to tell you, no, that hero sucks. That's the end of the conversation. Like there's like it's hard. It's already hard to have a conversation with the guy. So working with the pros is easier.
Sorry,
Of
I didn't.
course,
When you
it's
said
the
pros, I didn't know you were distinguishing between like tier ones and tier twos, threes. I think the better the pro is, the easier it is. Yeah.
yeah, working with them is easier, but working in tier one is harder, of course. Like you have like six champions against six champions with too many complicated strategies. But when you work with them and you try to talk with their strategies, first of all, they have the skill to do it. They are willingly doing it, and they want to do it, and they understand because they are mostly mature. They understand why it's good. You see, 33, like back in Tundra, before he leaves for Liquid, he was playing like Lycan, Beastmaster, Brewmaster, Visage, Broodmother, those kind of heroes. But you saw that the guy on Liquid plays Timbersaw and Kunkka, and they won the TI. The guy is a pro. He understands that maybe some of those heroes are off the meta, and maybe some of those heroes are not working with this roster. So he's bringing new heroes himself. You see that Falcons on the international, when they ask the AUI why you are not buying the helms, he said that my players do not like to macro creeps. But now you can see that Amar is playing Centaur with the helm of Dominator. So that's the logic between like behind my words. Working with pros are easier than working semi-pro because they understand, they know how Dota works. You come with your ideas,
Maxing Earthsport
and
W
it's
versus
simpler to work.
and I pretended like I knew the answer.
Like
even though I
it gets
didn't.
complicated. If
But
we are
I've
going to
since
open
then
this, I'm
become
going to talk for like years.
since then educated
But
myself.
I understand that
Someone educated you.
different
I have
perspectives
a
can
friend at home
work on
right,
different
who
situations,
is like a
and
massive Earthsport
I
enthusiast,
understand that
who made
it,
endless
it
fun
can
of me.
also work with the
Because he knows
players
me
that
well,
they
he
are
gets to
not
know me all
willing
the time.
to play with meta heroes.
And
You
he was
can
making fun of me
still
when I came
win,
home, and he
but
told me,
there
"Don't
is a
say that,
limit for you. You
because
cannot go higher
down when the roll goes down,
from
I'll
some
burst lead
certain
max
point.
W first."
You'll be locked, and after that, maybe
And
you
he goes
try
down
to
up to
change the
4 seconds,
player
which is
so
like
he will
ridiculous.
understand that he needs to
And then
play
he
the
said,
meta heroes.
but it doesn't really
But
matter because people can
at the
come
end,
out of the roll
sorry,
like you
this
could
is the
before.
last thing
Yeah,
that I
go
want
ahead.
to say.
So
At the
if you
end,
rolled on Earthsport, they started to
you
make the roll
got to
down,
work
I guess.
with
But
what
now
you have,
that's not
or
possible
you will
anymore.
find
So
yourself
that's
on a
like why this
situation
has
that
always
you're
worked
keep
roll
changing
first
players
when
and
you dominate
rosters and
Earthsport.
teams, and there
You
is
know
no
the best part
result.
about all this is? Someone in chat right now is
Yeah, what
Can
I'm
tell me
what I'm wondering about all of this, because I feel like I agree I can agree with all those sentiments, and that matches what I've heard in the past.
precisely that was why it was relevant.
Is there dialogue between this person and the rest of the team about them not playing Timbersaw? Like, how does the other 4 players feel that he's not playing Timbersaw?
It depends. Most of the players, they try not to interact with the guy because there will be a fight. Like, he says, I do not want to play Timbersaw. Some guy says, but it helps us a lot. And he can immediately say it defensively, because you said that most of the gamers are spoiled, including me, also me, myself. I was spoiled when I was younger. He will immediately answer you with this code. So why don't you play Pango? Pango is also good on this meta for mid lane. Why don't you do it?
Yeah, so there, yeah, I want to interrupt because
Yeah.
the skills that I've learned in the last few months, and I think it would be incredibly impactful here. It's not like I'm a master, but I have learned a lot about it. Is what I'm hearing is they're arguing ideas when they need to be arguing needs and how they feel about the situation. The longer you spend talking about the ideas, nothing gets accomplished. I really liked watching a Dr. K stream recently. It was him doing couples counseling for Squeaks and Ludwig. If you guys haven't watched it, highly recommend. It had amazing life lessons, and it was fucking hilarious. And what I really loved about Dr. K is in that session, and it applies a ton here, in my opinion, is that the truth is not actually what's true, it's how people perceive things. Like, my truth is my perception of the situation, not the literal truth of the situation. Like, you don't play Pango is the truth of the situation, but my truth is the reason why I don't play Pango. But nobody talks about that truth. Nobody talks about it. They argue the actual truth of the situation. And Dr. K talks about, if that's what you're doing, what is your goal of the conversation? Your goal is to win. Your goal is to be correct. And if your goal of the conversation is to understand how to work with this person better, then the facts no longer matter, but their perspective is what matters. And the moment that the two people have understood each other's perspective, they can come to a better solution, compromise, way forward, mutual agreement, whatever. But what I'm hearing here is that they're arguing the truth back and forth. And in that case, nothing's going to happen, in my experience. So I would love to have that. I think it'd be really interesting to navigate a situation like that, because I don't know if it would work, but I'd be really curious to try. If the team, like, I'm not trying to pressure you into doing anything. If the team, like, has enough respect for me, I don't know if they think I'm like I'd be a waste of their time to talk to or whatever. If they would be interested in talking about that kind of stuff, I would be very interested in taking time to try. I think it'd be very interesting.
True. We can try that.
Yeah, because I understand the dialogue of, well, why don't you play Pango? Like, yeah, that's not going to go anywhere.
When they drop their abilities, you might be able to reset, have like a budget stampede kind of.
And you're like kind of tanky now because you are getting tons of.
There's like too many factors.
They buffed it up, so like it kind of works out nicely.
And it's hard for you to solve, as a coach, solve all those problems. So sometimes you just stand by those problems and try other ways and try to. Because I understand not all the players around the world can do everything. So you need to find the good things in them and try to avoid the bad things and try to improve together as much as you can.
I mean, we're talking about the truth of actual real-life scenarios, XTC. We're not talking about, like, objective facts. when we're talking about like 1 + 1 is 2, that's an objective fact. But like when you look at what happened in a situation, yes, you could say this exact thing happened, but what matters is what each person perceived. Because if you have 100 people witness the exact same story, they would all describe it differently. Because we all have our biases and perceptions and things that we are specifically looking for, things we're not looking for. And so when you're like dealing with real life scenarios, what I'm saying and what I know Beedro is trying to say as well is that it's the perception that people have, not the literal truth of the situation that matters. And people focus way too much on the truth. But the truth that they need to look at is what is the perception this person has. But, yeah. Okay, so we had a really long philosophical conversation. I could have these for days on end. Let's look at these two drafts here. What do you think about the drafts? I wasn't paying close enough attention throughout it. Like in terms of hero counting hero and stuff like this. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, I saw that immediate answer to Centaur with the Kez, as I understood lately that Kez is very, very strong against the low armored heroes. So, this game, I think Yatoro has a better game. It depends on his execution, because I think his hero does enough in this game, and he's not hard countered or anything. Collapse is playing Bat Rider, right? That's new.
Yeah, it's offlane Bat.
That's new. I like Team Spirit draft this game more than the previous game, and I think they have a higher chance because they are aggressive, they have so much damage, and they are not cooldown dependent heroes. I like Team Spirit's draft this time.
I think they're going to have a really tough time dealing with this Ember Spirit, though. Like, I think Ember's going to free farm mid, and then, I feel like... Maybe I'm underestimating Earth Spirit, but I feel like he can create a lot of space on the map, and if I'm Nature's, I always think, how much can my team do on the map? And if one of my teammates can be really aggressive, my hero feels better. So I think Team Spirit's draft is much better than it was Game 1. Like, it's not, like, clearly one way or the other, but I would... I still like what Yandex has here a bit better, I think.
Oh, it can't be happening. Oh.
Oh, no.
That's huge. And that's that counter pick. This is not a fun lane.
It's got even worse.
The reason why people generally only counter pick with Earth Spirits because the matchups like this are very bad.
Bottom lane.
I feel like there's no way Kez counters Centaur as hard as Ursa does.
How crazy the Kez is starting to get in these.
Yeah, in the lane, yeah.
Just in general, like I know it's good against it, but for me, I feel like against Kez, or sorry, against Ursa, like Centaur literally can't play his hero normally. Like he has to build like fucking Yules. I feel like against Kez, you could still try to tank up with like Crimson and shit. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm underestimating Kez, but.
We saw it in that OG game earlier. I think it makes sense to pick here. And
I just saw that that Kez deals a tons of damage to Centaur even on late game. Deals so much damage. Kez damage is like not standable.
Yeah, I agree with this. I agree that Kez damage is not standable. I'm just saying that he can at least get his items off in fights.
Yeah. It's easier than Ursa, of course.
Like, my theory, I might be wrong because I haven't played enough offlane this patch, but my theory is that he still goes, like, normal offlaner items. Like, he goes, like, Crimson Pipe Lotus or something on Centaur. Obviously, with the Helm first. With Helm Blink as well in there, but... Yeah, it looks like he's going Helm Pipe.
Yeah, it was the last pick, Batrider.
Maybe no Crimson this game, I guess. But...
in a lot of stages of the game, but Batrider is a weak laner.
I'm glad you're enjoying it, Beedra. I mean, I had this video I did. I know we kind of talked about ending the philosophical conversation, but I did do a video on like my secondary channel where I talked about differentiating between observation and evaluation. And I think it's a really important thought exercise for literally everybody to do. because
Baron queued up, but that doesn't do
I mean,
anything
it's like
to
something
really
I've been considering. How do I get it into
build. It's a
content?
huge problem for Collapse. Some of
Because
these early mid-game fights.
it's like really hard to sell to people. Stop worrying about the truth so much. It's like hard. It's a hard concept to sell.
It's definitely gonna make think very carefully about the aggressive moves that
But
we're
yeah,
going for.
it's just interesting.
Charge here. Tombstone out of them.
No.
Okay, so
So they'll be able to kite out at least.
I'm not a huge fan of this. Oh, he went the facet that plays around Firefly. That's interesting. I like that better.
Find his
I didn't think it was like a good game for the Arsonist facet. So
On the side of Spirit, they'll definitely have more
I feel like his job's
Yeah,
kind of like cut
actually,
waves and shit.
on
Go ahead.
cooldown and dying is not really
Yeah, I'm
general
curious to
falls
see
off
what
in lane.
Batrider does
This
in
time
game.
lasts no matter what.
Like
Broken on the first
'cause
waves. Slowly
I don't know
off
if he gets a good
until
game, I think he can do a lot.
spike a little bit later.
But if the
Watch
game
those
goes
great footwork,
equal,
very farmed, and
I
he
don't
can
know
join
what
some of these
Bat
early
wants to
fights
do.
and avoid this Batrider later pressure in lane.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Hmm.
And in the mid lane, after that first death, Lal's been able to play it pretty cautious.
Like I can see that this Batrider can farm that nature profit.
Next time round, Spirit will be quick
Every
with
time that he finds it.
reaction.
He will farm it.
Also gotta watch out when we come up to
Yeah,
the
it is a very
But,
good matchup for Bat in the game. Yeah.
It's likely to shift some
Yeah.
focus over towards the mid.
But it depends on the game situation, honestly.
Very aggressive mid laner. It's more than happy to try and
Interesting to see
force us to
Undying
get those
again.
early kills.
Undying Shadow Shaman. That's like a fucking classic
Charge,
duo,
but
dude.
this Ember is
That's like such a
not
CIS
full,
duo as
so
well.
It's
Yeah.
not gonna be easy to contest this. The
Just
charge
fucking
that
plant
Kaz
shit on the
does.
ground. One of them takes towers, the other one's hard to
That's
fight
some
into.
Very good tools against
No.
Spirit in these rune fights. It's very hard for them to actually interact here.
Yeah, good little block offs as well. And yeah,
Oh, he took the heal facet on
easily able to
Nature's
shut off the
interesting.
escape of Rue.
It's the entire
Shiro Jr. is playing very well.
Ward's a great
Hmm.
section. Soxa clips the ward. The Laurel plays deep under his tower.
And they're ready to go
Oh,
for the
that
dive.
was nice.
Block there for Chira Jr. stops Lal from being
Wow.
able to roll away.
That was
They've got
sick.
the shackles.
That
They're
was
bringing
sick.
the four of them. Take out Lal once again and keep the pressure on a little bit here with his siege creep.
Siege creep rotation
Yandex, we've seen them in some other tournaments.
with
Be a little
4
bit of a
heroes.
slower team, not make these moves, but in this series, they've
Mid
really
tower
stepped
is
up.
gone.
This is some huge pressure. They're gonna get this tier 1 for free.
Yeah, this is very
This
Holy
like
sh-
see the heal bar thing needs to change with treads.
Of a team that has what, like an ember in the
Shit
mid,
needs
right?
to
You don't
change. It
really
looks so
think of
weird.
This is the hero that you join up with and pressure in early tier 1. But they've done exactly that with Watson turning up and with the support pressure, taking this tier 1
Is
tower
MP
down in the
still
first 6
broken?
minutes.
That's
I
their
don't.
solo
I
kill
think the
for
MP
Collapse.
nerfs are like enough to make him not
Has
broken
so
anymore.
much
What are your
impact
thoughts,
on
everyone? Do you
levels.
think he's still broken?
Collapse may get a solo kill of his own. Not quite solo, but
Not broken,
running
but
out of the path, feeding
I
the
think
the
Bat.
hero
You
is
don't wanna
still
see him lose
valuable.
Bat.
Yeah, yeah.
Can still be very strong in these fights. Apart from the
I agree.
Ember Spirit, he's quite powerful against everything else. So he can definitely get involved, join these fights once he's got a little bit more levels. And
I mean,
Yandex
as
will
long
need
as
to
the ultimate has no
take their
limits,
forces.
the hero does a
Every
lot.
time that Lal
Hmm.
turns up to the wave, he loses pretty much his entirety of his health pool against this Ember. And Chira
Holy
Jr.'s
shit,
gonna
Chiro
need to keep
Jr., just
chasing. He's got
leave the
Chira
man
to
go.
turn
It's
up
the
in this
third
race,
time.
and Lal, he's dead again.
Oof.
It feels
Wow.
almost impossible for him to go anywhere close to this Ember Spirit right now.
Man, the thing is it shouldn't be this bad. That first death really cost him so much. He should be able to chill, be okay, give someone else the XP mid and gank elsewhere, but Centaur, he's fully
Laurel!
He's headed off to cut waves.
That's my analysis here.
Earth Spirit is probably going to look at him as being mid.
Okay.
No
Is
longer
Notice
an
kind of
option.
feeding here? Like, is this a really bad idea as Earth Spirit's respawning?
The
I feel like this is a really bad idea to do this as Earth Spirit's respawning. Okay, they have Chira Jr. coming.
The Ember's ready to turn up. Look at the
No.
fire onto the two of them. Max
Okay,
Oh.
this is the...
Oh!
to bring Notice down. See if they
Okay,
can
okay,
find
this was a
back
pretty
here.
sick...
Yandex
Okay, this was a sick read by Yandex, actually.
Another urn charge and a
Yeah.
Dude, it's like...
chain.
Man,
I'm watching Centaur do this, and I'm like, okay, they're 100% going to go on him. Earth Spirit's respawning and shit. And so they knew that was coming. They knew they were going to go on that Centaur, and they just brought 4 heroes. That's crazy. That was cool. That was a really cool move, actually.
Also with the nature ult. Collapse on the meantime solo killed the nature.
Oh, did he?
Yep.
Okay.
He turns up as well. Saxa will survive, sets up for another kill here for Yandex. 8-3 now. And this Ember Spirit starting to get a decent...
I don't think he
step ahead.
dies.
See the charge come in.
Yeah, he has
Saxa
guaranteed
doesn't got
dies.
any way to play his way out of this. Ooh,
Oh!
Ah.
there.
does.
He has his innate anyway, right? Yeah.
After the innate, he could use the grenade. But
Oh, yeah.
Man. This shot
he
on
couldn't
Tusk
manage it. Like, he
particularly
couldn't
seems
make
to
it to the
go
innate.
vertical. We haven't really seen anyone else playing it, but when he's on that hero,
That's something a fucking
looks like a
support nerd would
full-on
know.
support hero. And this
Yeah.
Ember build, this new Ember build, the max chains has been
It's so strong.
it's been insane. The level of skirmish play that this hero has.
Yeah. I mean, it's just a factor as well that this
I know they
hero
buffed
has
Ember Spear. Was it Flame Guard cooldown, I think?
relatively high uptime.
Yeah.
When you consider the low cooldown
And
the
some
low
of the
duration,
talents, if I'm
you
not wrong.
every time you're getting 2 sets of the chains off, maybe even 3 in these skirmishes.
And it's,
Very
it's
powerful.
also a farming tool as well because of this fast.
Both talents are a nerf.
Is this the new patch? Yes, sir. Tournaments are always played on the new patch. Like, they're never, like, left on an old patch.
Yeah, Chiro Jr. very much showing its strength here this game.
I haven't been looking at Discord.
He knew
Crimson's really good against Falcon Rush?
Lal,
I'd imagine
roll
so.
out of this he can. Chiro Jr. not quite able to get the block off onto him, so Lal will live, but only
In my
just.
experience, the key is actually caring enough about our peers for our goal to be coming to an agreement rather than winning the argument. Abso-fucking-lutely.
I'm surprised that
Well said.
Yandex aren't making a move to this bottom tower yet. With the Stampede, with the Undying ulti, they definitely can go kill this Kez pretty much whenever they want, and I don't think Spirit can respond that easily. Batrider's farming Ancients.
Yeah, I'd be curious in that exact discussion you mentioned,
You get to a
where,
point
like,
where
he
you know
mentions
he's
Pango and he
easier,
mentions
running
Timber.
straight into Yandex is very
Mhm.
If
difficult.
it just got paused and said, what is your guys' goal from this
Save
discussion?
you. So
I'd be
Spirit is
really
definitely gonna
curious
be
to hear
playing
what's said
defensive
there.
and looking for openings.
Like, the example that I made was the worst. Like, mostly it's not getting to that point. Mostly players are friendly to each other. And if the guy is trying to decline the Timbersaw fact, it's not like because he doesn't want to try really hard. He really cannot do it. Like, whenever he plays Timbersaw, he's not happy. And, like, he doesn't want to do it. And I think that's something is that's the difference between a guy who can go higher and higher and higher and the guy who has a limit on his career.
What
Like,
makes him
I'm pretty
unhappy?
sure-
Like, is it just because he sucks? Or, like, a Timbersaw? Or, like, what makes him unhappy doing it?
Like, yeah, he's not sure himself, but even when I tell him to let's watch a replay, we understand how it works, so maybe you enjoy it. He just doesn't want to watch the replay. You know, it's like the hero is bothering.
Shield barrier, what is it?
What if we tell him, you know, we understand for the next 50 games, you're going to fucking hate this,
If he doesn't
rather
have
than
that,
trying to
he's
get
a
him to
dead
enjoy it?
Batrider.
Yeah, that was pretty clutch.
I tried it once, but you know, the players are not that mature to solve the problems with the words. Like, sometimes they accept to do it, sometimes they force themselves to do it, and they try everything, but they will be so sensitive about the other thing.
About
And,
what other thing?
Like, let's say that the guy is trying to play that hero and he's pressuring himself a lot. Let's see this fight.
Yeah, that's a good fight. Watson!
This Batrider.
Okay.
Watson died. Where's Kez? Kez left the fight. Holy shit, Lord.
He's full HP.
He deals so much damage.
On Kez.
Carl!
Yeah, so first of all, the guy plays it on pop match and he keeps losing, and I said it's a short time to practice the hero. So he loses on pop match, he gets upset and nervous because of losing MMR, and he sees that he cannot play it very well. He doesn't maybe connect himself with the spells of the hero, maybe with the look of the hero. Those kind of problems are in there for real. And he gets so sensitive doing the thing that he doesn't like that he will fight over everything. And that's the player that you don't want to have. So you leave him with that one hero and you try to do draft with like other heroes to see what happens.
He's zoning.
Interesting.
Mostly players are not going to fight with each other. As long as there's a coach in there, they will talk with the coach. And of course, there's some fights, but they are not the end of the world. I think even on the pro teams, there's fights. So they'll understand, they will move on, they will try to improve, but those problems are always in there.
Hmm.
And it's just a simple example of hero pool.
Yeah.
Because sometimes you need to tell them about some new movements, and thinking new movements need to break some of the old habits, and that just affects their performance and gameplay because they are changing the autopilot mode.
Yeah.
So,
Hmm. Yeah, I mean, I know, in my opinion, 99% of professional Dota and what makes tier 1 players is mindset related.
yeah, for sure. The ability to adjust is something that makes you to the highest level of team competition.
I mean, part of
The
my...
ability,
Sorry, go ahead.
yeah, the ability of adjust, I think.
Yeah, part of my passion for this problem is like the description of stuff that you're saying is literally what I did in my pro career. Like all of the immaturity, basically things, like the mindset issues that make it impossible to talk to that person. Like these are the reasons I didn't make it, and I've known this for a while. So I have especially like this interest in trying to help people solve that problem because I'm 100% like, I mean, 100%. I have faith that if I knew what I knew now, I would have been a tier 1 pro player. But like, obviously that's, you know, there's no, it's not like an ego thing. There's no way to prove that. But like, from what I know about pro Dota, and I feel like I've gotten a lot of exposure to talking to some of the best coaches and stuff, and understanding the mindset of players like Nisha and stuff. For me, it feels very clear in hindsight, if I had applied the systems that I now know and given myself, like, if I applied these systems when I was 21 and I started learning the things at that age instead of like 29, like, I'm pretty confident that I would have made it. And so it's interesting to me, you know, in the theory, I don't know if it'll ever actually come into fruition, but it's interesting in theory for me to, at some point, coach or like mentor players in some way, attempting to get them past this type of stuff, because I know how detrimental it is for them. Like, I've lived it, so I know how it's like this. The problem is, like, when I was in that situation, you're like in pain, like you're frustrated, you're anxious, you're demoralized, you're stressed, like you're in a lot of pain, like there's a lot of unpleasant emotions that you're feeling, but you also kind of know you're the problem at the same time. So there's this like simultaneous defeated feeling while also knowing that you're supposed to fix something and knowing deep down that you kind of are the problem. But then you can't fix it because of all these conflicting emotions in your head, and it's like, yeah, what I'm trying to say is, yeah, I believe I am very familiar with the dynamic that you're saying your player has about Timbersaw and stuff, and I used to have the same problem, so. And it's very hard to move past it.
I totally understand that feeling that you say, if I knew it earlier, like, it was different. I totally understand that, and I totally believe in that, because most of the players that are going tier 1, because when I talk to them, either they are like maybe raised this way to understand this stuff, or they have a mentor or a coach on their early state. Like, when they are young, they will learn this stuff from someone else instead of themselves. So, like, an example can be Sumail. If you remember Sumail, when he was like 14 years old, 15 years old, when he was winning the TI, before TI, like maybe 6 months before of TI, he lost the Submit tournament, Summit tournament, some tournament like that. And I remember that he made a tweet and tried to trash talk the teammates. Like, my teammates are blah 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 blah. And Fear was the mentor for the guy. Like, keeps talking with him, and he's always thankful of Fear. And I think there is a documentary for that, for Fear and Sumail, and they are explaining all this stuff. That Fear was the mentor who teach this stuff to Sumail, and I think that's the reason that Sumail has a 10 years, 11 years pro career.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Fear is a really, really mature guy, like super mature guy. I mean, I very much enjoy getting his perspective about real life when I'm talking to him at events. Yeah, I mean, this is something I've actually never said out loud. I mean, I've said it to my girlfriend, but I've never said it out loud on stream or anything like this. For the longest time, had this envy, and it was really conflicting. This is like this is very personal for me to say, so I'm just gonna put that out there, and maybe it's inappropriate that I'm sharing it on stream. I had this envy, and I would say arguably resentment towards Nisha, while also thinking he's a really nice and awesome guy. I had this feeling towards him because I would ask him questions about his thoughts during games and stuff, and how he viewed competitive Dota and all that kind of stuff. And in hindsight, I didn't understand any of this at the time. In hindsight, what I realize is the guy just isn't competitive. Like, Nisha's just not a competitive guy. And at the time, it bothered me so much. I didn't know what was bothering me, but it bothered me so much that, like, the most individually skilled player in the world just doesn't give a shit about winning. And at the time, it was impossible for me to process that you can become great without caring about winning. Like, it's not, the fact that, if you told me that, I'd be like, that's impossible. That's what I would have thought 3 years ago. And what I've learned in the last, 3 months, I think I've even talked to you about, my shift on competitiveness. I've learned that, I think the optimal competitiveness is if you're just competing with yourself. Like, you just like getting better for the sake of getting better. And I feel like Nisha just... But if you get better for the sake of getting better, not out of competitiveness, there's, no ego in it. There's no ego. There's no nerves. Because it's just a challenge. It's not like you're not living up to something. It's just a challenge. You're trying to process it. And what I learned about Nisha over time was the guy has no mental blockers. He just has no mental blockers. That's it. Like, the difference between him and 99% of Dota players is he just, first off, he had some sort of talent / gift for gaming, whatever. You have to have some semblance of it. But the guy just has zero mental blockers. And it's just that, if I've realized that 99% of tier 2 players, they're not lacking something. They have baggage that gets in the way. There's something they have that's a problem. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So when I think about Nisha, it's he is the perfect case and example of you don't need to be competitive as a person in order to be the best in the world. You just don't have to be. You can just enjoy what you do. And at some point, Dota just became a job for him. And so it's yep, I'll show up and do my job. That's just what it became to Nisha. And I resented him for it because he was so much better at it than I was. And it felt like at the time that he didn't give a shit. It felt like that at the time. I don't think that anymore. It felt like that at the time. And in reality, what I know now is when people talk about caring so much about winning, I know he must have been thinking that. What I'm thinking now when I hear people care so much about winning, I think he thinks the same thing when people like me would ask him questions. He's like, man, this guy cares so much about winning.
Yeah.
Like it's like so. It's like in my head, it's like embarrassing almost to like admit out loud that it's. But it's crazy to me that like just after getting exposed to some of the best people in the world at what they do, has been so eye-opening for me. Over the years.
No, I mean, it's so brave that you share this stuff, and I totally understand that. That's like some people, they learn some good stuff at their early, like when they are young, and this stuff will just help them a lot into their career. Because improving every day is a better approach to look for winning every day.
Yes.
If you try to improve every day, yeah, and if you compare yourself to your like yesterday, like last year, and you keep improving yourself, it's a better approach. It's like less pressure on you when you lose, less pressure on you. Also, you don't forget your path. You understand what you are doing and why you are doing it. So clear mindset and better attitude, all those stuff come along.
Try and get in on this. We'll manage to get the connection and onto Chira Jr. In the trees, they find Saxa.
I mean, it's really funny because like nowadays, I literally get carried by mindset in pubs. Like I win my games because I just have better mindset. Like it's really funny.
Yeah.
And I'm like, in my past, my mindset was my biggest limiting factor. It's just funny. I played a game yesterday off stream where I was stuck playing mid sniper. Like I'm playing an off role. Like I hate mid. Mid's like my worst role, but I actually had to play mid. And I was by far the lowest ranked guy in the game. Like everyone was ranked 500 or higher. And like there was like a rank 40 in the game and a rank 80 in the game. And I'm stuck playing mid. How bad I am at mid, I landed against a guy who's like rank 150. I'm sniper versus puck and I lost, okay? So, just... but like, in the game, in the past, I would have gotten completely in my head, completely fucking demoralized, been like, I'm dead weight, what's wrong with me? And instead, I'm like, okay, Brian, just play within your limits. You know, like, you're not a mid laner. You're going against somebody way higher ranked than you. He's like master tier puck player, whatever, dude. Just, it's fine. I said that at the start of the game, like before anything happened. And I proceed to go 19 and fucking 1 after being 0 and 1 in the laning phase. Like, I just never made any crucial mistakes, and I ended up going, like, beyond godlike and winning the game. And it's just like, in a pro match, my team would have lost because I'm laning against, like, fucking some pro-level mid, and he shits on me so hard the game's unplayable. But, like, in a pub, I can win this game because literally I kept my cool and just stuck to the game plan. So, it's just, in the past... my ego got so in the way of this type of shit that the second that I was messing up, I would do what you're talking about this Timbersaw player does, where it's like, I would get in my head, I would hate every moment of it, it would get in the way of me improving, and if I was uncomfortable, that meant I was unable to play well, if I was uncomfortable. And I think part of, like, not part of, like 99% of mindset is understanding your own thought process better so that you can operate in discomfort, basically. You can be stressed out, you can be pressured, you can be having a bad game and just proceed to execute anyways. So that's my thoughts on this type of stuff.
No, that's true. Mindset does a lot, and it's hard for a young guy to manage his mindset.
Very.
So having a mentor, having a coach, I think what you started to do with the dojo for this stuff is a great thing. And I think we are trying our best to share this stuff with the other people on dojo.
Yeah,
and
for sure.
like having a mentor or a coach or a friend to understand these problems from you and try to give you some advices that you can solve them easily is so good. I mean, that's the key, I think.
Everybody needs feedback for sure. Like, the only reason I'm able to continue growing right now is because I have such good points of feedback in my life, you know? So I think at a super young age, somebody like Sumail getting fear, you know, for Nisha, I don't know who his mentor was. It's funny, I had a coaching student, she was 7K, I might have mentioned her to you before, but she was 7K, and she signed up for my coaching. And like, spoiler alert, I ended up coaching her maybe 10 times. She was the most coachable person I've ever worked with. I was like, I was like, it was mind blowing. I was like, I have never coached somebody so coachable. And she told me later, like, this, like, I still talk to her sometimes. Like, I consider her a friend. She told me that her tennis coach said the same to her at one point, like later on. He said, "You're so coachable." And she's like, "What does that even mean? What does it mean for me to be coachable?" And she's what happens is she has a way of doing things, and then you tell her, "I know a better way of doing things," and then she would just implement it instantly. Like, she would ask me, "What is my reasoning? Why am I doing it?" And then she would implement it instantly, no questions asked. She'd be like, "Okay, I understand it now," and then just do it. And I was just like, she went from 6.2 to 7.7 in like a month and a half. Like, that's what it was. She was 6.2 when she signed up, and she was 7.7 after a month and a half. And she literally is like a fucking CEO of a startup. Like, she just has like a 70-hour-a-week job, and so she played like 10 hours a week and gained 1,500 MMR in a month and a half. It was just like actually fucking mind-blowing to me. And I had a discussion with her about it, not to like share too much personal detail, but basically I learned that her mindset was there was just like zero ego to her mindset. Like, I said, actually, people have a really tough time letting go of the way that they've done things for like a really long time. And she was just like, "Why?" And I was like, "Why am I needing to explain this? What do you mean, why?" It's so fucking funny. She's like, "But you've played a lot more Dota than I have, so you've thought a lot more about this than I do. So as long as I understand what you're saying, then why wouldn't I just do what you're doing?" And I was just like, it was just the weird. It was very wholesome, but also like so unfamiliar to me. And I'm like,
that's the dream student in there.
Dude, I literally, after a while, I understood, like, she's the type of person, because I've talked to her since, she's the type of person that just has, like, job opportunity after job opportunity after job opportunity. Like, everybody wants to work with her. She's, like, immensely successful, and you're just, like, and you look on the outside in, you're like, you have no idea why this person would be successful. You talk to them for, like, 3 conversations, and you're just like, this is the easiest person to work with that I've ever fucking worked with in my life. Like, what the fuck? And it just tells me how important that kind of shit is. It was one of the most impactful students on me that I've ever had. I taught her maybe like 3 years ago. Yeah, I remember checking in with her, and she's like, "Yeah, I sold my startup, and now I just work with like the governor of one of the states of the U.S. and on like a project." And I'm like, "Okay." How'd you get into that? But yeah, it's fucking one of those people, you know. That's a dead Centaur. Okay, Kez does a lot of damage to Centaur. I think you mentioned that earlier.
Yeah, it's just the damage is not standable.
That's what happens once in the game, I feel, as a Centaur, where you die that easily to the Kez, and then you're like, "Well, now I've got to be much more
Ego stuff
careful."
comes up in science a lot. Being able to skew this idea of winning rather than improvement as the goal is what makes you way stronger. Yeah. Well, what I started describing recently, I don't know if this came up in conversation with you, Erfan, is that my big life lesson. I'm not gonna worry about the game. I'm watching in the background. My biggest life lesson recently is how often people, myself included, like, I've learned this before, but I learned it again. How often people prioritize short-term comfort over long-term comfort. So like, so, you know, choosing to not go to the gym is short-term comfort, while going to the gym is long-term comfort because you'll be healthier, happier, all that kind of stuff. You know what I mean? That's like a perfect example. I think prioritizing winning is short-term comfort because it's uncomfortable to lose.
True.
And if you prioritize improvement, you're effectively prioritizing long-term comfort over short-term comfort. Like, that's how I've conceptualized it for myself. So, and I've learned that 97% of our lives we should prioritize long-term comfort. Like, there's very rarely that it ever benefits us to prioritize short-term comfort. Like, it just very rarely does it benefit us to do that. At least when it comes to, like, work and health. You know, when it comes to, like, fun and stuff, that's different. But if we're talking about, like, work and health and stuff, majority of the time you should prioritize long-term comfort, and you'll just be happier, like in general. I just, yeah, I think it's incredibly difficult to do though, and I think some people just have really good systems for doing it. And I know my system is way better nowadays than it used to be, but still needs a lot of work. I don't know if you have you thought about this before.
Yeah, like the thing that you mentioned is one of those things that I'm raised with. I'm born with. Like with my family. Yeah, it's just simple for me sometimes that some of my friends. By the way, I'm not trying to flex or anything.
No, no, we're all given gifts from our upbringings.
Yeah, don't get me wrong though. So there is some friends or some older people that I work with them sometimes, like they are 40, 50, and they are always mentioning it that you are leaving your comfort zone very easily. It's like you never try to build it. Like we see that you're working to build a comfort zone, and you can just leave it for a harder job in a blink, with a snap. So yeah, this is something that I'm raised with from, like, it's something from my family. I do understand that.
That's a superpower, man.
Yeah, I can change easily on this kind of stuff, and I can see that it helps me a lot, like more than the other people. Like it's so hard, it's so easy for me to change my ways, like in any kind of work. Like I can change my work, I can change my house, I can change my habits, I can change my routines, I can change my food. It's just a matter of the goal. If I see that there is a goal that I want to have and it's there's a path for it, I'm not thinking about it will be hard for me, it will just change my routines and all this stuff. This is something that I'm born with, and this is like a strength for me, and I see it.
That's OP, man.
In the comparison with the other guys. I have my bad stuff, but this one is something that I didn't try so hard to gain. I was like this before I understand this stuff.
Yeah, it's funny. God.
Sorry, it's either from my family or from my country or childhood, my parents, my teachers, or anything, but it's something that I had.
Yeah, my equivalent of that is being able to express my opinions, or being able to express my thoughts. Like, articulate my thoughts, I mean. Like, my entire life, people have told me, like, you're really good at articulating your thoughts. And for me, I was just like, what does that mean? Like, can't everybody do that? You know? And, like, we all just have our, like, sometimes you don't even know what your gifts are. I think everybody has one. Sometimes, you know, it's kind of like X-Men, where some people's gifts are more usable than others. But, I mean, I think it's funny that you gave the disclaimer, like, I'm not trying to flex or anything. I try to express it as gratitude. Like, I'm really grateful for that skill. Like, I didn't have to do anything to get that skill. Like, I'm like, I think it's not flex at all to just say I just got this skill. Fuck yeah. Like, that's OP. Like, hearing you tell me that you got that skill, it's like, well, that's unfair. Like, what the fuck? I've spent like fucking 5 years trying to get that skill. Like, what the fuck? So, yeah. And I'm sure people feel that way about articulating their thoughts sometimes too. So I'll be grateful for what I got.
I understand that, yeah.
Junior, can he continue to chase on towards Yatoro? Yatoro's out with the blink. Yatoro will survive. Malady and Saxa.
That's why it's so important not to compare ourselves to others, by the way. Like, I think that's why it's so important not to, because yeah, there's, if you compare yourself to people, like if I compared myself to you in this case, I'd feel so fucking bad. But I used to do that, and I just don't do that anymore. It's like, oh man, that's sick, man, good for you. Like, that's my thought there.
I can explain something on the reverse for you. Like, the comparison is always a bad habit that you can have in any kind of job. Like, you can always see what the guy have and why he's getting some chances or stuff, but you need to understand that there is some situations that you didn't do anything about this stuff, and it's just the luck. So comparison, like the wrong way to do this stuff. And I can tell you that one of my mistakes on the mindsets that I had, and I think it ruined my career or at least slowed it down, is that I tried to care about others more than myself, and this is something that I'm raised with. It's something in my culture, in my country. Like most of my people have this, and if you remember, we talked before, as like we were
I do.
totally different people on this.
Yeah.
I tried to like I sacrificed a lot of my time, of my attention for the others. Like there was some stuff that I could do for myself to have a better career and be in a better place right now, but I didn't do them because the values on my brain was to help the others, was to make everyone like happy, or at least get their opinion, and either they like it or you, or they don't like you. So you need to think about it, that if they don't like you, you are doing something wrong, so do something that they will like you. And those kind of mindsets, they will just add up.
Yeah.
So
Got it.
yeah, like I can be like jealous too, that okay, you raised very well on this cause, but comparison is not, it's not a good thing. Like we gotta do what we gotta do, like, and try to just improve the bad habits. That's all. Nobody is getting raised with the all good stuff.
I'm gonna give my equivalent of that actually, because yeah, I mean, quick disclaimer for anyone who hasn't heard me talk enough or whatever. I think everything we do that hurts us is just some extreme to some sort. So like, there's a balance in everything we do, as Ember Spirit says, balance in all things. The balance here is we should give a certain amount of shits about other people and a certain amount of shits about ourselves. It's absolutely detrimental to give too much shits about other people compared to ourselves, and vice versa. One of them's narcissism, one of them's kind of being like a pushover or sacrificial lamb, or however you want to word it. I'm kind of enjoying this fight. But the point is, the way I view things is there's extremes to everything. And if you go to the extremes, that's when you find yourself in trouble. So my version of what you just said was that my approach to relationships, this is actually how I approached romantic relationships and how I approached teams. Like what I was raised with, I don't know why, maybe it's just like I was raised with stubbornness or something, but what mindset I had was I make it work. No matter what it is, I make it work. Like, I don't ask myself, is this like a good situation? I ask myself, how do I make this situation work? Like, that's what I was raised with. That's like the automatic message in my head. So the one question that got me into trouble in all of my relationships ever, and then I finally learned to stop asking, or I learned to start asking a different question. The question I never asked myself, and I still struggle with it on like random parts of my life, is should I even be in this situation in the first place?
Yeah.
Like, I never asked myself when I was in a team, should I be in this situation? Like, why, part of what I said earlier, and you talked about making it work with the team you have. I've probably tried to overcorrect that because that was literally my problem. I never thought like, what can I do to work towards my next opportunity? Because this one's definitely not working. I just I put all my time and effort into that individual team. And what I never became was a better teammate because I never thought about putting effort into myself. Do you see what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So that was my huge issue, is like, I spent so much time trying to make it work with my current team that I never took time to actually become a better teammate. Same with relationships. Same with romantic relationships. I was the type of guy that, like, I ended up in like 3 really long-term relationships, and I was just the one that refused to give up. I was the one that like refused to end it at any point. And if a relationship's unhealthy for both people involved and nobody's ending it, that's like, a lot of people end up in this situation. But I was never the type to end it, so. It's the same with Dota teams, though. Same with fucking Dota teams, and it got me into so much trouble.
Yandex showing that they're a force to be reckoned with, not just some tier 1.5 pushover team when they fight the big dogs. They walk into the Hound and they say, "This is my turf now."
Yeah, they really do. And fun ways to see them do it as well. You know, not
ESJ,
being
I need
afraid
coaching. When are you
to
free?
still put the nature
You can sign up.
and coming in with some of these support picks that we're not
I'm
really
free.
seeing
I think I have my next
Saxo
openings next week, or like the week after
abilities on
Christmas.
the Shaman. And then even that Undying coming in, we saw clutch stuff from Mality. It did indeed make it very hard for a lot of this game.
Ain't that a
for
bit of
Spirit to
copium
find
though? He
out
can afford to do that because he's competing versus himself when he's top tier is great. This is a really funny perspective that I have to address. So this is talking about Nisha, right? The guy says, ain't that a bit of copium? He can afford to do that because competing against himself when he's top tier is great. But if you're below that, outdoing yourself won't get you that far. You got to outdo the guys outdoing you. I have a simple response to that. How the fuck do you think he became the best in the first place? Do you think he became the best and then compared himself to only himself? Like, that's how he got there. Like, oh, that's so funny. That's like such a funny thing just for somebody to say.
I'm familiar.
Yeah, I feel like
Goliath always wins.
To say like, yeah, that works for the person that's really successful because of the situation he's in, but how do you think he got there?
and I feel like today they're
I feel like that's copium on your part.
I just feel like Spirit
Not copium on
Yeah.
my part.
are extremely good when they know
Yandex
how
looked
to
pretty
put their
sick
heroes
this
together.
series though. I did like their draft again better this game. But I also think that I said I liked their draft because I thought Ember Spirit would have a really good game. But I think Laurel made the game worse than it had to be, right? Like Ember Spirit had a better game than he needed to have, I think.
I just feel like these things didn't
Like,
come
I
together
had
the way
no
they
idea
But to be
that
honest, Spirit kinda gave
Sheer
off
Junior is able to
He did,
solo kill
he
Laurel
did.
3 times.
There was some,
Yeah.
I had no idea. I know that the guy is great. I even worked with him before, and I know that he is skilled. But this matchup is not that kind of matchup that you kill him 3 times.
Yeah.
Sky's the limit.
Pretty much, they're
For
pretty
sure.
good. I like the combination between two of the supports.
Very
It
nice,
seems
Cheetah.
to have Shadow Shaman with the ward to drop down these two, and the fight
Nisha was
is
with
kinda
Puppy for
over
years.
unless you're gonna be able
True.
to reset, like, just
Puppy probably helped
putting those
Nisha a lot.
down means that you are taking that fight. You're kind of committing, and then Team Spirit.
Nisha was like the, I guess similar to, I guess Puppy was Nisha's fear.
I would say big team fight for
Z
Spirit,
Dota, by the
again,
way, thanks for the
them
sub. I
baiting,
missed that.
16, 17 minutes into the triangle with a blink dagger on Batroc.
Ask
takes
how do
the
we keep
kill,
making it
and
work
they get a
easier
triple
than should
kill,
we just
actually,
stop?
but, other than
That's
that,
true, it is
the
easier.
side
It is
effect of
easier
this Kez
asking ourselves
also
how to
has
make the
been heavily
situation work.
answered. It seems like
It is easier.
Yandex, they were ready for this Kez to potentially come out, picking up this Shadow Shaman. As we said, like, this is a good response to have something to always catch him. And it worked
Actually,
amazingly for them.
Yeah, I think as
One
well
of
as
the
also,
mindsets that
in a lot of ways the MVP
also
of the game. Like obviously the courts
makes
performed
pros
admirably, but I feel
to
like
be
he was
pros
consistently getting
is the
clutch
thing
kills.
that the Queen was
I
saying
have some clips that I
on the
can read
interview
about,
with
which we'll get in a little bit, but I
Sip.
have a couple examples of Sox
I
that
think
really
it was
good,
Blast
getting
on Blast
huge amounts
tournament.
of kills on the map.
He was
Here's
saying
Sox going
that
for like a little bit of a cut here.
there's too many
21
things
minutes
that
into
you
that,
need
Sox
to
is
do
ready to
on
go.
your
The
own
amount that Ember
that
slightly
you do
misses,
not have
but
time or
consistently Rocket also
energy
shows up.
to
So slightly
think
regen-y,
about
supposed to be
others.
regen-y, huge amount. Just a
You
little
need to
less over
focus
Spirit
on
to
yourself
that hero just
inside the
continues.
game
And
and
even in an
outside the
example like
game
this where Yatoro
to
jumps on,
perform
crazy.
your best.
crazy amount of heal coming
If
out there.
you are not doing that,
Ends up keeping him alive. Maybe as a
like
Shaman
if
player
you
or
have
something, so he can
time
use items while he was in
to
his,
or energy
cluster
to
or
spend
whatever
for your
thing, but,
teammates
like, he was just all over
to
the map,
tell them
grabbing
what to
kills
do,
on
what
the
to
map,
pick, or
disabling
what should they
opponents,
do,
layering things
it's
in.
like you
We saw
are
the same thing when
not
he played
doing
his
your
previous
best.
series as well. He was
It's like you are
crazy game against them,
like
his
you're
shoulders
using your
were
energy for
keeping
someone
him
else
up.
I
instead of
like that.
yourself. Of
And
course,
like,
yeah, he was saying that if you put that energy on yourself, you will be able to do more, and that's something that's helpful to your team instead of just trying to make everyone better.
Yeah, focus on doing your job rather than trying to do other people's job for them. Is how I interpret that.
Yep.
I think the things go as I expected because we had a couple of scrims against Team Spirit and we were kind of crushing them during
Dude,
this
Malady has an ego out the fucking roof. I don't know if you've like heard this guy in interviews before.
No.
This guy has a massive ego. I mean, he's obviously really good at the game, but like his answers are always like,
exactly. I think
Yeah, we were just better than them. How did this series go? Exactly how we expected. Like playing against Team Spirit in the upper bracket final. Just how did this series go for you? Exactly as expected. Like, what a fucking like. So funny.
I wanna hear his interview when he loses. Unfortunately, we don't have those.
Yeah.
But I wanna see what he wanna say when he loses. It would be fun.
In double support, so I could have a last pick.
I think the only person with a bigger ego that I've seen in interviews is Pure.
That's a bold strategy. How often does your coach go with you whenever you're like, yeah,
It's funny
give me
because I
24th
don't
pick, I'll cook,
I
don't
don't
worry."
consider fives to often have
Very
egos.
often. I have to convince him like really hard.
Don't you met Snaking?
This decision.
Okay, well, Snaking has started as a core player.
Like this, he's like, yo, remember
Okay.
last time I won on that
But you're right,
dazzle?
Snaking does have an
Yeah,
ego.
It's working out well.
Yeah.
I'm gonna pass you on over to Purge, who's got some questions as well.
I think White one is also
feeling you as a support after this
the same.
Undying is just very.
I don't think
very
Whitemon's
hero. I don't know, I
nearly as
didn't
vocal
feel it
about
in
his
the
ego
beginning.
in interviews.
Because, like, I felt like it was a good against Spirit Breaker because, you know,
Yeah,
the
maybe.
hero.
I feel like Malady has like
to do against the wave pooling. So
he has like no
Yeah,
filter
it's
either,
shit.
which is fine.
During the
It's not like a
game,
bad thing. Just-
there was zero presence
No.
of me in game.
I don't think he cares at all how he's
like
perceived.
4 versus 5.
What about the other
Which I
Orion
respect.
facet? Do you think it has any value? It just got buffed.
The other facet, I think it's good if you have some strength heroes, but like, did we have some strength heroes? Yeah, we had Centaur. I think Centaur doesn't need heal that much. I have to heal the Ember Spirit and Fury, and they don't benefit from the strength from the other facets. So I guess it's only one option to play is a green facet with zombies.
All right, thank you.
All right, Malady, we've seen you in this position before in the Grand Finals. Tell me why this Dreamleague Grand Finals is going to be completely different than the Chengdu Blast Finals that we saw you guys at last.
Okay, guys, I'll try to convince you.
Yeah.
During Fisher, we got 3rd place. During Blast, we got 2nd place. So it's time for us to get the 1st place finally.
The logic is
Okay.
sound.
Very,
How can I
very
argue with
logical
that? It all makes
very
sense to
very
me.
sound logic
Do you
there.
have a preference for who you would like to get 1st place against?
When do you think
of
we'll
the
get an
teams still
overhaul
remaining in
patch
Dreamleague?
completely changing the meta?
I think
When do you think, Erfan? Because this is usually the patch that does it, right?
finally China Dota is alive.
That's what I'm talking
and,
about.
I think it will change. Yeah, we just need more
we
time.
also lost to them
Like
during
changing
group
the
stage,
map every
0-2.
year is really
And
frustrating.
Yeah.
So
Let's
I
take
agree.
my revenge on
I
them
I
and
think
win
it's
the
it's
finals.
the best that they
Hell
can do.
yeah, dude, I love
Yeah,
to
I think
see
it would have been too
Malady.
much to change the map again.
Congratulations on getting this 2-0
Yeah.
versus Spirit.
I think
Can't wait to
our
see
new
that
video
first,
that
second,
you
and
helped
now
me
first place
organize is
become a
out.
reality, but that'll happen tomorrow. That's it for you for right now.
We
Thanks
got
again for stopping by.
Yeah,
the
thanks
farming
for
video,
watching,
the
guys.
double camp
Goodbye.
one.
Pleasure's all ours. Thank you so
He's
much.
out.
I think
That
we
is
got
the
it released
light, that is
today.
the confidence that I like to see.
Show me
Right.
And you know,
Send me
just raw
Yep, we got it
numbers,
released.
actually. Some of it's emotional, but
Released.
the logic makes sense. 3rd place and 2nd place.
How long
we
ago
had
did
that
it get
going at
released?
TI.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Do you know what happened after
Really
second?
recently though.
never came back.
But he got the first.
Erfan and I organized a farming
Yeah,
video
yeah,
for you guys for the new patch.
And then
It's on YouTube
I'm
now.
just saying,
Check it
you
out.
can't argue with the raw numbers. Maybe you can, maybe you cannot. I don't know. 6-7.
yeah, I think that I'll remain optimistic because the more teams, the more new competition.
the
we see
logic that
emerge in the
Molad
scene
used
excites me. We had no
didn't
idea
work
what
for
Tory Vision
Secrets.
was 13 months ago, and then they
True.
started sweeping
remember?
the entire
True, I
Dota
remember
scene.
Secret
that.
got 4th
So
place,
now you
then
have,
3rd
like,
place, then
OG,
2nd place.
Meadows,
Then they didn't make it to
who
TI.
else was like overperforming? There was like one more team that I'm trying to think of.
Related
Meadows,
to the
like,
video,
having
would you say
Yandex as
Battle
well.
Fury carries are in trouble?
But it's very good. It's very good sign. For
I
the
think
healthy
Battle
teams
Fury
as well. Like, we
carries
don't
are
wanna
like
be
the only
seeing,
exception
Falcons and
to
Liquids,
the
for
double camp
example, in every
rule,
single
really.
Grand finals.
That's right, we don't want to see that, right?
Definitely don't want to see liquids.
No, it just brings like different environments. I would say, like we saw the previous grand finals of last slam like not being as competitive because they weren't really ready. But
By the
coming
way,
into this
Brian,
grand
on one
final,
of my
it does feel
games,
like Yandex did
I
fix some of the issues
find
that they did
a
have, and I
new
think, overall mentally
farm
they're gonna
pattern
be in a much better
for
place.
offlaners.
I'm also convinced
Yeah.
that it is consistently new players that are rising up to
Yeah,
prominence. Like,
most of the
Watson
carries
Reality,
after
they've
6
had
minutes they
their
will just
chances.
push. They will
Fox
just push the
obviously
wave
thorough
and go
veteran,
for
but
jungle,
Chiro
right?
Jr. unnoticed.
Yeah.
proving that they can go
the
toe-to-toe.
the
We were
path that
supposedly
is
witnessing
open
Moral Prime,
recently
Shira Jr.
in front of your
smacked him
offlane tower
around.
towards the
Yeah,
Wisdom Shrine.
this was
Yeah.
beta
You
launch.
can,
I don't know
when they
what was
push the
going on
wave,
today.
you get the
Spirit Chef
creeps
didn't
and you
make his
farm them
breakfast
with the
correctly or
double
something.
camps.
This was
Ah.
That's the
Prime
offlaner.
at all. He held
Drag
the
him in
I
there.
farmed it
the-
with
the
I
normal
farmed
blue.
it with
Did you
Primal
see
Beast,
Yeah,
and I
There's
was
also
a
some other
monster.
throwbacks
Like,
too,
I
Mm.
had
This is
Blink in
recently
11
was,
minutes,
like, no one
Facebook,
going
soldering
from
Blink,
basically being top
man,
of the scene
like
to being
everything.
really
Interesting.
struggling
I
for a
didn't think
really
about.
long time.
Yeah,
Now he's,
before
like,
you'd have to
top
drag
five
it through the
again.
tower, so the
There's
creeps
some-
would
there's
like
a
die
really
along
good
the way or
healthy mix, I
whatever.
feel like the last 2 years
Interesting.
between
Yeah.
brand
And there's
new
like no way
players,
they're really contesting you back there if you didn't
some
like
still
lose your
existing
lane real
players,
hard.
and also some comebacks. So
Yep.
it's been fun to see
Interesting.
the mix up the last couple months.
I like that a lot, and I feel like it's inspiring.
Interesting.
And
to
also, I
imagine a
think
world
with
where, like,
that
let's say one
with
day
that path, with that new
there is
path,
no Team Liquid, there is
the
players
position
split apart.
force also can
Like, what might
cut
happen, you know,
waves
like,
from
how
the
many
other
more
side.
new- 'cause I feel like, okay,
Like
you have
instead
Saxa
of
with
dragging
Yandex,
them
and now
through
they're-
secret
look,
shop,
they're
they
amazing,
can drag them
obviously. No one with
Through the
alongside
twin
of
gate?
the
same thing, a little
lot-
bit.
yeah, through the twin gate.
And then
Wow.
it just seems like if you can get one of these
Hmm.
like, really experienced old school players to join kind of like a
I
fresh
just need to
squad
check
of,
the
like,
timer that if they
motivated,
can
driven
make
players,
it between the
what
towers with
comes
the
out of
creep
that? You know,
wave,
what kind
or
of cool
it
thing
gets
can you create?
late.
I also think that's
You know
I
what
need
build
to
I'm
try.
trying, by the
Soft issue,
way?
though,
I
because
did it in
he
one of my pubs,
consistently
but it was
dumpsters
a little bit of a
on teams
stomp,
that
so
are
it's not
underdogs.
for sure good. But
Until
I'm
they become,
trying
like, the
safe
favorites,
lane
and
Lesh,
he's
but
like,
instead of going
I
first
gotta
item
win some games.
Kayasha,
I
I'm
feel like
going
that happens with him.
phylactery
My
into
work here is
Kayasha.
done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like too much pressure now. I'm out.
Factory.
So,
Why
yeah.
is that?
Well, we got to see
So my
Yandex
thought is that
smack a pawn
safe lane
into
Lesh
Spirit, but we
has
actually
sustain
had
issues,
some other
health
meals
issues.
being,
But with the
digested.
chronic
Can we
nourishment, he
roll a
has like
quick
really
clip of
solid,
what our panel was up to earlier
like he gets
today?
better mana. So going for the ring of health feels really good after like treads null.
Everything is
But then when you're farming like the double camps, and then when you're farming the double camps, the big creep always stays like it always takes like extra ticks for you to kill the big creep. So giving one of your lightning storms an extra 150 damage is really nice for your farm, but then it also helps you kill the offlaner if he comes into your lane and shit. Like it gives you team fight impact as well with your lightning storm. So I'm trying it. It felt good when I did it.
That's true, actually. That's true. That can work.
My only concern is that you may not have a survivability item for a long enough time, but
that was yesterday.
yeah, if you go phylactery Kaya, it feels really good, is all I know. You have pretty good stats with strength treads plus phylactery, and then so yeah, I'm trying it out. I'll keep you posted, but that's my current meta attempt here.
Yeah, that's
That's
nice. Guys, I don't see any other HP region item for Lesha carries.
Yeah, I don't either. That was literally what I thought. I'm like, this is a problem. I need an item.
Those ones are good, but they're not.
Yeah, true.
Doesn't it the same?
That's true.
That's
What
what
about
the
the
Ginger
house?
Bread is for, right?
At the end of today, is
Yeah, I mean, I'm what the fuck. I'm 2-0 on Lesh right now. I mean, I saw that people stopped picking him in competitive.
You eating your son.
Funnily enough, Lesh is one of those heroes that I think I understand better than most pros.
Holiday eating, that's all.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Can't get
There's
ginger
like
any other
4 or
time of
5
the year.
heroes that I feel that way about. Lesh is one of them.
Does it not hit the same?
Well, I've never actually had the raw dough
I gotta watch your
before,
game.
I guess.
I mean, I'm like
Better when you
mechanically a
fresh
potato in
miracle with this
comparison,
magical thing
but
called
conceptually,
chemicals, which
I
we
think I own.
pump into all of our bread so that it lasts for like 2 months without molding,
I see.
which is very unique and special.
That's why they call
When
it
you make it fresh, it's
the
better.
food and
So,
drug
Brian,
as well.
Yeah.
Oh,
about the
Yeah,
interview.
there's nothing wrong with some good corn syrup.
Who's the interview
Food and
got
Drug Association
on
administration,
Procy?
'cause we synergize
Like
food
the
systems
I
best
think
person?
it's easy.
into one thing. And
The
make
god of interview. When
masterpieces. Now,
you
we
see his
got to see you
interview,
feast on
you'll
some cookies, Lacoste.
be
You know what, we're
energized
gonna be
and you will
feasting on for the
laugh,
next few
and
minutes
it's
because we
entertaining
got
for
a
you.
little bit of
I
time
think
to
the answer
kill
is easy.
before our next
I mean,
But I
for me,
wanna see your-
yeah, I mean, for me, it's Saberlight.
Oh, yeah?
Special game
Of
in my
course
heart.
it's
You should wait
Saberlight,
for your
yeah.
turn.
Of
For
course.
the turn.
Yeah, he's the
For
best
Guys.
interview, I think.
Wait
Well,
for
but
a little
Did
bit
you
of
see
a
his
gameplay,
interview
guys.
when
We
they
have
won
a
against
little bit
Team
of time
Liquid?
before our next series, but
No,
don't
I
worry,
did
we're
not.
gonna keep you entertained with some
Ah, let me
card
find it.
games coming up
Let me
after
find
the
it.
break.
I will.
Send me the link, and then I'll put it up on here. It's easier that way then.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
27 is
Let
brought to
me
you
find it.
by DHL.
That is going to be it for today's casting, by the way, guys. I don't know how much casting we really did for that second game, but I enjoyed it nonetheless.
I sent it in Discord for you.
all the people on Liquid are amazing people, and like on a personal side, I respect them and love them all a lot. But on like a player side, they kicked me, so my dick is out now that I beat them. They are so bad, dude. How did they lose to me? Imagine kicking someone and then you lose to him. Oh my god, lol.
Fucking fair, my dick is out. That's pretty funny.
Yeah.
But yeah, no. So I guess we can I mean we all have plenty to talk about tomorrow as well. We can wrap it up for now. My plan was to do the lower bracket finals with you tomorrow. We had talked about that before, but I think that's around noon. CET. I think that's around the time that it starts. So I'll let you know exactly. Actually, I guess I can look at it. Wikipedia.
It's 12 CET.
Yeah, 12 CET. Okay. Perfect.
Yeah.
Then great. So that's when we're going to be back tomorrow, guys. Erfan and I will be hanging out for one more series during this. Hope you guys enjoyed yourselves. And I'm going to go ahead and end the stream here. Actually, I guess I'll end the Discord call first. So it was a pleasure,
Okay.
Erfan.
Yep. Bye-bye.
I'll see you tomorrow. Peace. Where is it here? So far down. Okay. Yep. Okay. And then I can say goodbye to my streams as well. Yeah, guys. So the goal for a lot of my streams nowadays is to have more just general interaction with somebody on the stream, like having it not just be me. I'm so fucking hot in this. Ugh. Yeah, but to have it not just be me. I'm enjoying it a lot more when I'm hanging out with somebody on stream. I think it's a better product. I think I'm in a better mood, which is all just good stuff. But yeah, guys, check out the new YouTube video if you haven't already. I'm very excited about the farming patterns video. We got some follow-ups coming up to it, or coming from it. There'll be a pub of the week coming out tomorrow. That's going to be me demonstrating the farming patterns. So I think it'll be a really nice supplement to the video. And then later next week, we're going to be talking about big shifts in the meta. And then the week after that, we're going to be talking about, or the video after that, we're going to be talking about the best heroes in each role. So, but yeah, guys, thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed the stream. And we'll be back online tomorrow at 12 CET to do the lower bracket finals, where we will be watching Team Spirit versus whoever wins the next series, I believe. So, see you guys later. Have a great evening, Saturday evening. Bye.